Bet you never know. Say we have the power, but there's things we touch the road. Tell them say we ready, clip them on the cut she load. Should know say we no regular. Anything we ready for. Bet you never know. Bet you never know. Nah go take no talk, I beg no pardon, that's for sure. Bet you never know. Bet you never know. How we are like the badness, we are like the globe. Bet you never know. Bet you never know. How we are like the badness, we are like the globe. Bet you never know. Say we have the power, but there's things we touch the road. Tell them say we ready, clip them on the cut she load. Should know say we no regular. Anything we ready for. Bet you never know. Bet you never know. Nah go take no talk, I beg no pardon, that's for sure. Bet you never know. Bet you never know. How we are like the badness, we are like the globe. Bet you never know. Bet you never know. How we are like the badness, we are like the globe.
The truth is a damn hard pill to swallow. I'm reaching out, but all I feel is hollow. I wanna make you work, but all I do is make you worse. The truth is a damn hard pill to swallow. Don't you wanna come on over? Don't you wanna work it out? Don't you wanna love me better?
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. Sorry, I'm doing a little bit of a setup on my end. Was not I'm a little behind, dude. I'm a little behind all day. Okay. Now we should be mostly good, mostly ready for the live stream. How you boys all doing? Welcome back, boys. Hope all of you are having a wonderful, beautiful day. We got more 5v5 1v1 duels on the day to take a look at. Boys, we got the NA. However, as for the last few weeks, if for some reason NA is unable to play, which I really want him to play, I really want to give the NA the opportunity to play this week. I really just want... That would make me the happiest, dude. This is why we have a whole Saturday for just for the NA boys. But if for some reason it's a little slow, it's a little sluggish, we could open it up for the EU boys, because I know you guys are jonesing for duels. Like, waiting a week is just not worth it for you guys. You'd rather have duels every day if you wanted, if it was really up to you. But how you boys all doing? Welcome back, welcome back. Let me get the music back up and running. Yo, we're gonna use the Dal Blue today. We're gonna use the Dal Blue for the day. You know, oh. Nice. I think got the new Slime Serpent mount, by the way. I think it's a hidden mount. The Slime Serpent. Apparently on Wahid they had a post like, oh, some people have got the mount. And then after, literally a second after the post, hey, here we go, Slime Serpent. How you boys all doing though? I'm not prepped today at all, dude. I haven't even really eaten lunch. So, yeah, we're just gonna be taking it easy with this. No lights, no nothing. Just hanging out with the boys. How are all you doing? Who do we got in the chat? We got ourselves the boys. We got ourselves Darcy. We got ourselves Stangel, Capitan, Sorum, Argus, Aegis, as well as Kran. How you guys all doing today? Yo, let's get into some duels, man. Let's start the NA sesh. Let's log on. And we'll see if we can get some boys to bite today, man. We need a couple of groups made. So if you guys know how to do these, go ahead and do that. I was actually hanging out on PTR just now, checking out more of Corsair. Kren, I gotta show you what's happening over in Corsair. It's... I don't want to spoil it here on stream. Actually, I think it's okay. It's literally Nazoth Assaults. You know how you have that bar that you gotta fill up in Corsair? And I told you how I did a couple dailies and it felt like it was going so slow. It makes sense why it was going so slow. Hold on. This will be perfect. This will be perfect. Because, oh, we can actually test it in 2 ways. There's 3 ways to test this. This is so perfect. Yeah, it makes no sense. But basically, we're checking out some of the events you can do in Corsair in the mod. For patch 9.1 boyos. There's a lot of stuff you can do there. And one of those things is assaults. Or invasions. Or whatever you call them, really. I guess you can call them whatever you want them. But that's one of the activities we're going to have in 9.1. And I was testing it out, how it works. It's not final. So I have to fill in the gaps, fill in the holes in some aspects of it. In terms of how exactly it works. But I get the gist. And I'm glad I waited until today, because I could have posted this video so early on like Corsair and how it functions, and I was like, I would have said it was pretty incomplete. I mean, it is still there. It's not everything is final, but I felt like it was all very bare bones and weird. And it didn't make any sense until today, because apparently today were even more events that opened up, kind of like how they did back within the Nazoth invasions. If you remember those, they would start like a half of invasion first week, and then half of an invasion the other week. So remember how in the Nazoth invasions it was like, so one area, either Pandalands or it was the Old Doom. I think it was Old Doom. The sandy area. Old Doom? Is it? What is it Old Doom? It is Old Doom, right? It is Old Doom, right? I think funny how they still have it here. Old Doom, yeah. So you know how right now, actually this is perfect. You know how this, so Old Doom right now has the big invasion, right? The big one where it's all really shady and dark, and this one you do once a week. And then Pandaland has that half and half invasion. So this is the Calaxy half, and prior to that was the Mogo half. So that's basically like this Panda one is the half and half invasions. That's what they are in the mod. So you have a half invasion Tuesday or Wednesday reset, and then the other half like Friday, Saturday. That's kind of how it works over in Corsair and the mod. Corsair has dailies, the mod will have invasions, and that's how it works. And the rewards right now are pretty, I mean, it's okay catch-up gear. Like, it's all 203 item levels, so if you have a freshly character, for a freshly 2, like 203 is, I guess, a pretty good start when you think about it. But yeah, hoping to see some Outlaw shenanigans today. Albin, hopefully we'll get some Outlaws in here, dude. You know what I mean? We'll get some Outlaws in here, man. Yeah, so it's basically like the current Missa Pandaria Veil of Eternal Blossom invasion. The half and half invasions. Because there's a bar too, right? There's a big old bar when you do Korthia stuff that you have to fill up. It's like a thwart jailer's effort or something like that. And I did the whole, like, me and Craig did all the dailies in Korthia. We did all the assault over in the mall. We did like the quest inside of Korthia, and we only had like 45% done or so, maybe even less. And I was like, wow, wait, hold on. I know this is a weekly quest, right? This is a weekly quest, but is it gonna take a whole week to fill up the bar? So then the next day I started doing Korthia quest. I only got like 15% completion. I was like, uh-oh. This could be really bad. 5 for Chicago, let's go, dude. We just need one more team over on the NA and we're good to go for duels, boys. Let's go, dude. We need an alliance, we need hordes, whatever you guys got going on. Anything and everything works, honestly. Is this guy lagging or is it me lagging? I think it's just him. We're a monkey. Just running. He does look kind of like a gorilla. It's like a gorilla-like model. Except the feet, dude. They look tiny feet. Big old hands. Little tiny feet. It's like a T-Rex. Like a reverse T-Rex of some sort. What is this? 5 1s. My lord, you want to get our group together for 5 1s, dude? We got to get my lord back in these, dude. Can you swap together? Could you build together a 5-man of Horde boys ready to go, dude? It was 45. Anyway, so I did my quest in Korthia today, day 3. And I was only able to get to 75. And I thought to myself, wait. Dude, are you actually going to need to do these quests over a week? Like literally every day for a full week. And then another Maw Assault spawned. And that helped me finish the bar. So, yeah. My lord, long story short, my twin said I should do the VTuber thing for April Fools. And apparently April Fools is lasting whole April for me. I just been using this whenever I don't feel like having the lights on. Like, dude, I was just chowing down on the burger right before the stream. I didn't have enough time. And I had like burger sauce all over my face, and I was like, do I really want to show that on cam? No. So I decided to use this thing. Yo, my lord, join the duels, man. Join up. We got Chicago. You got a 5-man. If you guys want to join the 5 1 duels, you can either find a group. Hey, Dal. 5 here. Let's go, dude. Let's go, boys. This is the fastest group we've had for NA. How you doing, by the way, my lord? Hope you're having a wonderful, beautiful evening, my man. This is the fastest we've had of group for NA. Let's go, dude. That's exciting. And my lord. Let's go. This is so good. No target? Did I misspell one of you guys? Oh, Chicago. Yeah. Chicago's with a Q. Right? Yes. I don't know why I forgot it. That's Dalaran XT, the rogue. Yeah, dude. That's me, man. Hey. How's it going? Still working on a cool tier 1 model. Maybe an old man model. Q again? Yeah. Let me Q again. I got you. Yo, hope you're having a good one, my guy. Are you excited for 9-1? I know Paladins haven't got anything for 9-1 yet, but they should get something soon, hopefully, right? I'm hoping Rogues get some cool stuff. Also, if you're a Rogue and you play Guile Charm Legendary, might actually be best for pure single target. I need to sim it to see how good it is. Apparently, there's a bug that makes it too good. But then there's also a bug in the sims that undervalued it. So both of those bugs, one, the undervalued sim bug is gone, but it's apparently simming really good for single target. I want to try it. Maybe see if it's good in keys. Guile Charm. 4 Sinister Strikes, and then you do like, what, 10%, 5% more damage? 4 more Sinister Strikes, 10% damage. 4 more, 15% damage. It seems really good. Q again? Okay, I gotta Q again. Hold on. We go again. Stop inviting Moonguard players. This guy doesn't like Goldshire, does he? This guy, Phoenix, I feel like Phoenix is the kind of guy. What's wrong with Moonguard players? Phoenix must have had a pretty bad experience. 3 Hunter. Okay, chat. Okay, no. One of them is a Beast Mastery. 2 are melee, 1 is ranged. I will allow it. Switch. We got 3 Hunters on team 1, and normally we have a rule of only 3 of each class. But 2 of them are survival. And 1 is a ranged Beast Mastery. So I feel like range, I mean, they're all kite nowadays, right? But I feel like because 2 of them are melee, 1 is ranged, I will allow it. because they're different enough in my eyes. But maybe the chat will hate it. Who knows? We got ourselves also Chicago on that team, as well as Delius, the as a Fire Mage on team 2. We got ourselves Bio SP, a Rogue with sub-rogues build. We got ourselves Name XT, also another sub-rogue. Miller Pala coming back in, royalty over here. Manbear Tree adds a Feral Druid, as well as Brute Captain as a Windwalker Monk. It looks like Name is going to be first up. Sap onto Chicago immediately. And that's going to be Name from Troll Bane. Getting a beefy open on Chicago. It is an enhancement shaman. Not a lot of defenses to really work with against a rogue, but lots of healing once they can play the game. Night Phase setup coming out for Name. Not chaining those stuns, but it's just going for max damage. That's going to be a big flash card for Chicago. Does get interrupted by Name, and that's going to be a freebie cast for Chicago. Getting Frost Wolves in there. Those things do a ton of damage, especially if those things can get up to Name. Look at the damage that it's not, again, not the hardest hitting pet ever, but out of all the pets, this is the strongest. The Frost Wolves are one of the stronger pets that a shaman can get. Gonna be Frost Shocks for Chicago. Maybe Shadow Steps again. Big jukes for Name, as he's actually able to maneuver around Chicago. That Earth Elemental is not gonna let you go anywhere though, bud. And Chicago is in a good spot. Does get hit with a blind. Could shrink into the 1 or 2. And Name looking to get a reset. That Earth Elemental should keep him in combat though. Getting a shot onto Earth Alley. I think Chicago will not be able to catch up Name. And I think the Rogue is going to be able to get himself a scot-free reset this time. Chicago had a really good go so far though. Didn't burn the trinket early with the Rogue. And the Rogue tried to use as little of cooldowns as he had to in order to get out of that situation. Did use a blind as well as a smoke bomb. Still holding on to trinket, vanish as well as defensive. So he's still in a great spot. Gabriel, what's up, man? What happened to the Busters? The hair? It'll be back on this. I'll add on this model by Monday, hopefully. Name opening up pretty big onto Chicago, trying to make some damage happen. Big shadow strikes. Chicago goes for that Draenei Rachel for a big kill. There's going to be some more wolves available. A Flame Wolf and a Storm Wolf. So he needs to use Lava Lash as well as Storm Strike in order to make the damage happen. That's going to be Name vanishing out of sight with an evasion. So might have actually saved that evasion for later, or might have been able to max that evasion a bit more. But there is quite a bit of magic damage for Chicago that goes through. Evasion can only help you so much. So Chicago having those wolves on such short cooldown does help him out a ton. It is a lot better if he is able to get Maelstrom to reduce the cooldown of those wolves even further. But with the Rogue vanishing on a site as often as he does, there's only so much he can do. He is playing Elemental Shield, by the way, so that's interesting. Ele Shield actually gives him Maelstrom. Every time he takes damage from an enemy, he has a pretty high chance to get Maelstrom. Wait, look at the Maelstrom generation he has. Just look at his Wolves cooldown. Every time he gets hit with a Shadow Strike or he uses a hit, it's actually huge. Wait, that might be the play. Elemental Shield. I know every shaman runs Earth Shield nowadays, but Ele Shield could be okay. Maybe that's what Chicago is in Ghostwolf all the time, building up that defensiveness. You know what I mean? Picking up the eyes to hopefully find Name. The Wolves are not really all that smart on their own. They don't really chase after Name unless they get a hit by Chicago. So it's kind of hard to tell where he's at, honestly. So Name does get himself yet another reset. Vanish was used here. Blind available backup, so he does have another reset available. Chicago starting off in the Ghostwolf form again with Lightning Shield. And it looks like Name is just avoiding those Ghostwolves as best as he can. Playing it extra safe. I don't really know as a rogue if you need to play that safe. It is an enhancement shaman, but you never really know, right? You never really know. Honestly, maybe, I don't know. I feel like enhancement shaman for outlaw rogues, yes, enhancement shaman heal for a ton, but they're generally squishy. And it's generally I mean, it's not Ascendance or nothing. Blind on Chicago does not have a trinket for this one. I see was getting some damage set up. So maybe Name should be playing very careful with Chicago. We'll see. We'll find out. Maybe Chicago ends up capping out the win anyway. Maybe Name's careful play will get him the win. Who knows? This is the 5V5 1v1 Duels, not 5V5 1v1 losses. Cheap shot on Chicago, going out with a Night Fade damage, trying to make as much of the damage as he can. Chicago looks like they use a Battle Master Trinket to give himself a little bit more health. It's going to get a Flame Shotgun to Name, and the Ghost Wolves are on the prowl. Name got himself sprint. The Wolf is right next to him, almost able to tap him. That's going to be the Night Fade mobility. Does get hit with a slow, but looks of it. I think Chicago was able to get a Frost Shock in there. And Name able to continue running. Smoke Bomb coming down. Could maybe Shadow Step next. Chicago trying to walk out of the smoke. Shadow Step into Chicago just to get past him into behind line of sight. That is going to be slow from Chicago. Get a shot onto the Shaman. Could trick it if he wants to. And Name is looking for that reset. Has a actually no way. Chicago able to hit through the wall, denying him the proper reset. with the lightning bolts after. Name has Cloak Shadows available, evasion as well. Cheap shot Chicago does dip into Ghost Wolf. Doesn't need the stun for too long. Sundering missing Name, which is unfortunate. Does get himself a bit of a heal. Kick not available for Name, so he's actually out of options. Hex onto the Rogue. Has advantage if things really go bad. Should probably advantage this ASAP. And Name does have, I think, a damage over time ability. A Flame Shock still burning on him. I could be wrong on that one. Chicago, unable to find the Rogue, does go for a bit of a Flesh Crack. If they can get Name out in the combat, though, does pick up the eye. Should be able to find him, hopefully, as long as Name stays put. Chicago should be able to see him. If they are lucky enough, checking the underside, picking up the second set of eyes. Just for extra duration, I guess. Name dipping under, trying to see if he can skulk away. This Rogue is getting not found, boys. This Rogue is actually pretty good at the positional stuff. Yeah, so it looks like Rogue is going to get himself a full reset. Shadowblade's available. Blind back up. Has a trinket, so really the Rogue has enough tools to disengage. Does Chicago have enough here? We are at the point of dampening at this point. 5 minutes into this duel, boys. Sap on Chicago, and Name is going to have another go. Is that going to be the big Shadowblades go, potentially? Cheap shot, not committing Shadowblades, and that is going to be the Night Fae opener, so it's going to have quite a bit of damage behind it. The Wolves come out, they see the Storm Wolves. You need to get Storm Strikes in order to make that value happen. The Wolves stay up above, and Name is stuck with them. That's going to be Earth Elemental, keeping him in combat too. Has a blind, so he doesn't need to use a lot of things to catch a reset. Trying to get away from the Earth Elemental, might be able to actually get it out of stealth. It does get into stealth. And Chicago is right out in the open with the Earth Elemental, has that extra health increase, so Name was able to deny having to use a blind in order to get himself that reset. Mobility of Night Fae is still pretty massive, and in a 1v1 situation, unless your enemy got crazy good slows, it is really hard. For Chicago, I think most of the times he's using Flame Shock to get the dots on the Rogue, but I think honestly Frost Shocks might be more value, just to deny any of that extra mobility, because he's going to move quick anyway. He's going to move with that Night Fae ability. Name popping off some cooldowns, so Shadowblades with this one does have the Orc Racial roll, and Chicago isn't Ghost, so to take a lot of that frontal damage. And Chicago needs a bit of recovery. Is dipping low little by little. That's the heals coming out. The Earth Elemental doing some damage. Wool should be available very, very soon. And the Rogue goes to disengage as soon as his offensives are gone. Try to get away. The Wolves are on the prowl. Leaping in. Shadow Step to Chicago. Do the Wolves come back up? It looks like everything is trying to catch him. Does sneak in a lightning bolt from his side. Able to stay next to Name. That's going to be blind on Chicago, but the pets are on him. Evasion is up. Has advantage if he doesn't want to get a reset. The pets do despawn. And I think Name is going to be able to get himself yet another reset. Looking to get a sap at Chicago immediately. This Rogue got them resets, dude, for days. How many resets has it been so far, man? That's been a bunch, man. Chicago so far able to do work, though. No Earth Element Earth Shield either. So that is changing the meta a little bit for the duels. Massive Shadow Strike from Name. I wonder if he's not running the crit Lego. Maybe he's the big Shadow Strike Lego nowadays. Potentially. The Rotten. To get the rotten damage going on. Chicago popping Battle Master Trinket to give himself a little bit extra health increase. And that's going to be Name. As soon as he's out of cooldowns, backs out completely. Just going for a full reset. But that's going to be pets on him. The Wolves are back of the prowl. Chicago needs to keep the slows rolling. Cloak of Shadows is up for Name. You want to make sure to tag him with something as soon as the Cloak of Shadows falls apart. The Wolves still chasing after him. The Wolves are keeping him in combat. He might be able to get away from Chicago, but the Wolves are on him for the time being. If he can somehow get a Frost Shock in or get close enough to melee through the wall, you might be okay. Does he get it? He does not. Try to see if he can get him out. Does get the Rogue out, actually. Smoke Bomb dropping down trinkets out of it. Does have a Shadow Step. Trying to see if he can get away from Chicago. Do you have a slow? He does have a slow. I think it's time waiting for Name, and does get slammed down at the end of it all. Oh my goodness. Slammed down at the end of that run, and my Lord Paladin going out to give a nice friendly cordial bow with Chicago, dude. But doesn't go too far. Combat begins immediately. Not wasting any time. We're getting up there and dampening. Big damage out of my Lord Paladin. Flesh Cup available for Chicago. Try to use the DR. Try to go for Hex on my Lord. Probably going to trinket it. Immediate trinket. Has still lots of damage. Chicago trying to heal through it. Unable to do anything so far. And that's going to be last verdict by my Lord Paladin. Clamping him down. Clamping down Chicago. And taking himself a W. Next up is going to be a Moonfella from Cairn. Going for a bit of a disengage, trying to get away from Milord Pala. Got them pets and nades. And Milord Pala gonna go for turn evil. That pet is an undead. Giving Milord Pala opportunity to fear that thing. Kill commands still go through, but the auto attacks don't. And actually, I think with Moonfella, he might not be able to use the pet defensives, like Master's Call, as well as Sack. So you are limited in what you can work with. Shielded in sub from Lord Pala, using the pet to generate some resources. Stun onto Moonfella, has a trinket if he needs to. There goes a pet Sack. Has himself Seraphim, stun onto the pet. That's Verdict's coming through, but the Sack still already is in play. Freezing Trap into Lord Pala. Looks like no bubble out of this man, as he does hold Seraphim behind his back, trying to twirl it. Breaking his bones that way. Judgment do keep Moonfella in combat. That's going to be a final reckoning. Taking down Moonfella. Trying to go for as much damage as he can. Oh! What was that damage? He just wiped out. What was that damage? Wait a second. What was that? He just took down Lord Pala. Didn't even give him a chance to bubble in one swift swoop. Is it playing the latent poison Lego? Is that what that is? Yo! I didn't expect that. Oh my god, I was expecting Bubble or Bob, and those still were available. He just took him out of nowhere. Moonfella going for a turtle shell. Might need to go for a manic bandage. I don't know if he has any. It looks like Manbear Tree with that Necrolord just rots him down. That Necrolord Feral, by the way, looking like a lot of fun in PvP. Gonna be a stun for Morgren as it goes for a knockback onto Manbear Tree. Barkskin is available for the Druid as Wargren does eat a bit of dot damage. You gotta wait out until the Frenzy is available. So I think he tried to see if he could juke Manbear Tree by jumping off the ledge. Although Manbear Tree knew, like, he's the one who put up the Orsals there. That's still quite a bit of damage for Wargren though. Does have those kill shots going through. I think he is Ventier on his Hunter now, not Kyrian. So that's going to be quite a bit of kill shot damage. Manbear Tree landing a stun. That's going to be tricky for Wargren. Get himself a bit of a heal. Both of them are still tussling and muscling. Freezing Trap does slow down Manbear Tree for a second though. Try to keep the Hunter's Mark on the Druid in case he ever goes for reset. Does have the Flayed shot, so that's going to be lots of kill shots. And Manbear Tree does get hit with a Horror for a second with that teleport for Wargren. Trying to set up some bleeds onto Wargren with a Tiger's Lust and trying to maintain himself as best as possible. Wargren eating quite a bit of that bleed. I think it's only a matter of time. Like, Manbear Tree, I think, wins this. Unless Wargren can somehow remove those bleeds or get a heal. It looks like he lives with just the smallest amount of health possible. Try to go for a camo if at all available. Does get it. If Manbear Tree only got a Moonfire or summon one of those pets, he definitely had the range for a Moonfire. If only done that, then he would have denied that camo hard. But that's gonna be Worgen getting himself a quick escape. Well done. Yo, Dal, what happened to my 1v5 against the E-boys? Yo. That one, I mean, Lord Pala came out of nowhere, swooped it out of the way. Chicago did he? We gotta get Night King in here, man. Night King, Lord Pala will get all the E-boys in here, dude. Manbear Tree with the Hunter's Mark. Out in the open, looking to pick up the Wargren, hanging out, getting as much of that camo healing as possible. It's gonna have to be extremely careful whenever the dots come out from Manbear Tree. Like, those dots are brutal. Definitely a Freezing Trap waiting for him. He knows where Wargren is at. Hits him with the Moonfire. Wait, he's playing a full dot build. He's playing Moonfire and Catform build, right? Or can you now use Moonfire and Catform without the talent? I think he is using the talent. I think he's going for a full dot thing. Moonfire, Rip, Rake, maybe even the Lego that buffs all those things while the Necro ability is up. Try to get all those dots out of Wargren. Hits him with a bash. He is rotting down. The bites are going to come through with it afterwards. Into a Freezing Trap with a Manbear Tree. Wargren taking a bit of the damage. Looks like the big bleeds weren't used. I think Manbear Tree was just trying to see if he could bite through Wargren. And the Hunter is going to have to get a little bit more aggressive there. Getting those interrupts on the regrowths is going to be helpful too. Used to get a big stun, big go onto Manbear Tree. Wall is available for the Druid, so that's still lots of defenses up. Manbear Tree building call points. Does he have the big Necrolord setup for Wargren? Looks like maybe the dots have set in. Nope. Somewhat. Interrupting Manbear Tree on a cast. Trying to go for Flesh Grip. Can't interrupt that one. That's going to be easy shields. Not much you can do. Actually, even CC immunity and bites through the Freezing Trap after immuning it. Thelis is going to be up next as a Draenei Fire Mage versus Manbear Tree. We'll see how it works out for him. If he might be able to do summon. Fire Mages generally have pretty good damage to bust through. As someone like a Feral, gonna go put it up with a Combust, actually. Trinket? What is going on? Manbear Tree getting the Necrolord set up onto Thelis. And looks like Thelis is just melting. Look at his health. I mean, with Manbear Tree joining the fight, that's just extra damage. That's going to be cauterized immediately. Ice Block potentially? Literally backpedaling? What? Unfortunate. I think Thelos was not prepared to fight a Feral. I think that's what's happening. Fox is going to be up next Lands a freezing trap onto Manbear Tree immediately. Throwing out them chakrams. You guys let me know, watching Beastmaster Hunters and Survival Hunters, is that basically the same class nowadays? Because they all kite. Or are they different enough where we can have like 2 survivals and 1 BM? Or like 2 BM and 1 survival? Or I guess Marksman and BM is very, very similar too. What do you guys think? Thelis is 199? Dude, he's trying. Manbear Tree taking lots of damage from iFox though. Trinket by the Hunter. Manbear Tree, does he have survivability? Looks like iFox does take him out. Utilizing all the damage he can. Looks like some kind of dodge is still left on him or the pet. Unable to get a full camo. Is Brew Captain going to give him that reset? Is he going to give him that honorable duel? Looks like he tried to. He walked at him. Maybe he'll still let him. Looks like he's trying to let him. It looks like he's trying to let him know, hey, you get an opportunity here. You get an opportunity. There we go. He's given an opportunity. He's not trying to fight him immediately. Trying to give him the honorable duel. Even though iFox has a bit more of a reactive, aggressive play. He's literally giving you an opportunity to catch up. 15 minutes into the duel, quite a bit of dampening. It looks like iFox, I think he just wants to go. I think iFox just wants to go and get the duel running. And there it is, man. iFox, if you're fine playing at lower health, he gave you the opportunity. But if you're fine just taking the duel onto the next one and just like, you know what? Let's just keep this thing going. Let's just get it up on. Bruce still is giving you opportunity, man. He's still letting you recover. He wants to make it as real of a duel as it can be. Brew, he wants to fight, man. Give him the fight. If they want to fight, give him the fight. Rolling into a freezing trap that does break through the pet. Lexup Karma immediately with a... He sent everything at iFox. Is that going to be enough, though? I think it might be enough. Big Fane, Death of iFox with barely health. Turtle Shell at like 1 health. Summon breaks his Turtle Shell, though. Heal, while he tried to heal in Turtle. I think it's over. Dora Shadows, taken out. I think he knew. iFox knew he had no cooldowns there. See, maybe he wanted the duel to get started ASAP. Looks like Manbear Tree with them 3 kills. Nice. Just about everybody here gets, actually everybody gets to play, huh? Let's go, dude. Let's go. You guys want to go in again or swapping some dudes out? What are you guys thinking? I'm Smelly. What's up, fam? You got a group? Can I get a duel at 6? You're more than welcome to my guy. Always welcome. Always welcome. Always welcome. We're ready to go again? Let's go, dude. Let's go. That was a long one, but it was a good one. Let me get a sip of my drink and we'll be good to go. Chicago, as soon as you're ready, man, we're good to go. I'll just send it again. Does a Valve confirmed? A Void Elf? Yeah. Sick. Dalaran with a Valve display pick. Loving it. Always love your streams, man. Is the closest to playing WoW these days. What's up, Gordon? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Hey, man. Glad you enjoyed. A Valve? I guess it's close to a Valve as it can be, right? I don't need. If you say I'm a Valve, I'm a Valve. What's up, Matt? How you doing, my man? That rogue was funny, man. He playing how we're supposed to. He's playing very, very careful, treating Chicago like a real competitor. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't know if... I just don't know if that's the approach to Chicago. I think you actually want to put in pressure. I think you want to trade. I think that might be the way you play it. Chicago and Milord. There we go, boys. There we go. Let's go again. I do love how we have groups already this early in NA. Even if you don't have much variety, like if the same groups, I'm happy you guys are here, man. Always happy to hang out with you boys. All right, let's get another one up and running. Wait. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Switch. We got ourselves team 1 with, we got ourselves iFox again with Moonfella, Wargrand somewhere in there. We got Thelis, we got Chicago. We got the boys versus the other team. Bios, we never got to play last time, actually. The Lord Pala on this team. Name, Manbear Tree, the Necrolord Feral, as well as Brew Captain, the Windwalker Monk. I kind of like how... I'm not a fan of spiders, but the way that their eyes, like, shine, the reflective stuff on the eyeball. Also, their legs are not connected. That's a little jank. Why is that like that? Has that always been that way? Their legs are not connected. What? I don't understand. Even thorax isn't connected, really. Why is the spider so janky? Is that just the PvP one? What about the Legion one? Why does it look like that? That's weird. They should fix it, dude. It's little details, man. I know it's details you don't really look for, but it's like, wait, what? Why are there holes in this mound? This mound is supposed to be whole, not holy. You know what I mean? Chicago versus Brew Captain, go for a bit of an auto duel with one another. Unless Chicago wants to go for maybe just get the duels up and running, just auto in him. I don't know what they're doing, dude. Let me go. Let me get a sip of my drink, man. Athos says, because Dal, that mount is bugged. Am I wrong to say this? But oh, Brew Captain taking lots of damage, by the way, from Chicago. Having to go for a karma immediately. Chicago playing that defensively. Still, no earth shield for that man. So he's going to be playing for the Maelstrom, dude. Big heals. Not having to go for the earth shield healing. Going for more of the defensive Ghost Wolf stance. He's going to pop in a Ghost Wolf. As Brew Captain playing a very defensive. Trying to see if he might be able to get a kick out of Brew. Looks like no kicks. Does go for everything. And a flush card comes out for Chicago. Has himself a direct defensive available. Brew bailing out before he gets caught in the hex. Isn't it... Aren't spiders not bugs? Aren't they arachnids? Aren't they technically not bugs? Or am I wrong on that one? I'm pretty sure I heard that spiders are not bugs. They're technically something. And I'm thinking the word is arachnids. Or something else. But they're not simple bugs. Maybe I heard it. Maybe it's a wrong quote I heard from somewhere. I swear to God, I feel like it was a Bill Nye kind of thing. What's up, Berlu? How you doing, my man? They are bugged, though, I guess. That's true. That is true. Brew Captain going for a leg sweep opener with a big old Fist of Fury onto Chicago. Honestly, it might not be a good idea. It might not be a bad idea to delay the Fury for the Wolves. Because these guys are going to do lots of damage. Disarm onto Chicago. But the Wolves are tearing at him. Does want to go for them Storm Strikes and Lava Lashes too. Empower the Wolves. Big damage on Brew. Oh, big port. The Wolves are back in there. They get knocked back with the Ring of Peace, though. And a perfect time to despawn. That was so much damn. They're not bugs. Wait, so that's true then. Okay, I did not realize if that's true or not. I swear to God, I thought that was a thing. I swear to God, I thought that was a thing. Sunder doesn't hit Brew. I think it either missed or got parried. I don't know if he can get parried. But Chicago's still in the game. Does get himself a massive heal in between. Plenty of mana to work with. Sitting in Ghost Wolf whenever they feel like they're taking quite a bit of damage. Trying to go for a stun into Brew Captain. Brew rolls out of it. Almost eats a hex. Trying not to get hexed. And Brew might actually take a lot of damage here. Wolves are back up. They are going to be attacking. Karma available. And that's going to be Ghost Wolf form for Chicago. Trying to dampen some of the damage from the Karma. In cap onto Chicago. Big leg sweep on the pets. Zuen is available. That's going to be Chicago trinketing with a wall. Felt like, you know what? I might need to use cooldowns here. Brew still pumping damage. But Chicago isn't really taking any damage at all, really. And Brew's the one starting to take a little bit of a harm. Dampen harm. A port doesn't really take him as far as he wants to. Did not have that one preset. Does have a teleport. Wait, does he have the teleport legendary? It looks like he ported twice. Does he run the teleport legendary? Is that a thing? Can you port twice with a Lego? That's cool. Maybe it's an auto talent. Chicago is going to go for a bit of a heal as Brew is locking him down with that Fist of Fury, unable to really hit him. That's going to be Ghost Wolves, though. The big Frost Wolves are up. They're going to do damage. Wait, you better be careful with the Wolves. Trying to heal himself as much as possible. Wolves are still on him, trying to outrun him. They are doing damage, though. Look at them. I mean, Vivify is keeping you alive while Dampen isn't high. But those Wolves slap. Or maybe they add damage to the Shaman? Could be wrong on that. Not a lot of health left for Brew. Trying to keep it alive. Chicago just hits a few more hits. Just one more hit. Trying to lightning bolt from afar. Leg sweep. Trying to go for a heal, but the Flame Shock. Chicago's rolling that Flame Shock. That's actually stronger Flame Shock. Your Flame Shock, hit him with a Lava Lash, and that Flame Shock is harder hitting. What's up, Revenge? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Hold on, where's that cute face? What do you mean? This is my cute face, man. How you doing, Revenge? Hope you're having a good one. Arachnids are basically a class of 8-legged anthropods, so like spiders, scorpions, and mites. Oh, okay, so we do act... Yo, doing some duels? Learning, dude. Who needs school, dude? You know what I mean? Like, who needs school? Just come to Dal streams. We'll learn more from the chat. Yo, chat. Thank you for letting me know. Because I thought I knew, I heard it somewhere, but good thing someone could double check for me. So otherwise I thought it was crazy. Milord Pala versus Chicago. Chicago's gonna have to play this different, and last time Milord Pala just trucked down. Milord Pala, though, down on wings, so it looks like a lot of the cooldowns Chicago lived. Did have Earth Elemental for it, and did have the necessary defenses. Actually still has a wall if things really go bad. Needs to get the moves back up and running ASAP. Is Milord Pala gonna go for big Seraphim blind setups? He could. He could. Yo, I'm doing great, Revenge. Hope you're having a good one, man. Enjoying some duels with NA. Usually on NA it takes us a little bit to get duels, or as of recently, it's been taking us a little bit to get duels going. But now, dude, Chicago and Milord were there immediately. So I'm enjoying myself. Chicago gets 2 Storm Wolves, so needs to go for Storm Strikes because that will do more damage. Actually, they might have buffed Storm Wolves to be more than just Storm Strike damage. Big damage out of Milord Pala. Big Reckoning onto Chicago. Does not play the blind playstyle by the looks, so it probably plays the short stun. So he doesn't have the chain CC back-to-back for Chicago. But he still has plenty of dam to keep it rolling, though. Wings available in about 35 seconds. Chicago able to deal with the damage from Milord Pala for now. Maelstrom, pretty massive play. So far hasn't been able to ground a single Hodge though, so we'll see if he's able to do that. Grounding a Hodge could be a big gameplay turner too, because it could prevent Milord Pala from peeling, but also could prevent Milord Pala from being able to lock Chicago down. So I think Chicago's just gonna have to start throwing it out. Jukes out Milord Pala! What a juke! Trying to go for a Hex, long range Hex Inc. As the Wolves are still on the prowl. That was actually really good. Good juke. I've gotten faked out by that, I think, once, dude. The one time you get faked out on a juke, you're like, oh, wait. Okay. Because it makes you think that they're going to jump, and then it's like in your eyes it looks like they did, but then they didn't. And it's just a nice fake out, dude. Tried to go for a second Hex under Milord Pala. Looks like the Fleshcraft on the wall should keep him alive. And that's through the burst of Milord Pala. Has a trinket. Does he burn it? Looks like he doesn't. Holding on to it. Frost Wolf is joining the fight, as well as a Storm Wolf for Chicago. Could be lots of damage. Bubble for Milord Pala. Trying to stay aggressive by the looks of it, or at least building a holy power to maintain his health as best as he can. Chicago trying not to get out too far away from Milord Pala. That is bubble gone. Well, he has a blessing of protection afterwards, and that's post forbearance. Can remove it easily. Although Chicago is taking a bit of damn from Milord Pala, even though without wings, man, it's just a bit of damn. And that's gonna be Wolves. Wolves are back up in what? They were just up. They're gonna be up in like 20 seconds or so, dude. That's actually nuts. The Wolves generate so much Maelstrom. Chicago generates a bunch of Maelstrom too. Every time you get hit, you generate Maelstrom. So it's actually just like prime value. Seraphim available for Milord Pala. Chicago might have to be very careful with Seraphim. That could be lots of damage. Could be a Hodge as well. Wolves are up. Hodge onto Chicago. That's going to be Pala. Increasing all these damage with a trinket. Final Reckoning onto Chicago. Lots of final last verdicts back to back. Chicago does have the mana to keep himself alive. Does have the Maelstrom to beef up those heals. It looks like he's just going to wait out until Shield of Vengeance for Milord Pala is gone. Just not to deal with it. Does not have a wall for a bit, but should have a wall hopefully soon. Try to hit him with a slow. It looks like it's a bit of a standstill between these two juggernauts. Again, still no bubble available from Milord Pala. No Shield of Vengeance for a while. All he has is Blessing of Protection, which could be good, but it will be dispelled. It just will be dispelled. Chicago does dip into Ghost Wolf on that Hodge, does give himself some DR while they're in Ghost Wolf, so that is nice, especially as Milord Pala had a proc for wings. It looks like real wings available for Milord Pala very soon. But the Hand of Freedom will keep it moving. Double Frost Wolves is up. Chicago, if you can somehow get next to Pala, you'll actually be in a great position. Milord Pala using everything he can to generate holy power to maintain himself as best as possible. Finally, a slow totem from Chicago. Finally able to get next to Milord Pala. Could trinket this Hodge if they wanted to. Milord Pala does pop cooldowns, trinket while available. And that's going to be the boys going in for as much damage and healing from one another as best as they can. Milord Pala is still playing it very defensively. Is that a proc wings too, or is that real wings? I guess we'll find out in just a moment. It looks like they're lasting quite a while, so I think this were real wings, but probably has the proc wings to follow up. Seraphim available. Chicago could potentially go for a grounding totem, expecting the Hodge. Maybe. Final Reckoning is up. Fleshcraft is available. Does have an interrupt for it. Hex. Hodge is that. That's going to be Milord Pala trying to make some damage happen. Not the most. Last Verdict does a lot. The chunks out Chicago. But that's still plenty of healing at 26% dampening. And the Wolves are back. Milord Pala does have the wall for this one. Does have Shield of Vengeance. That's going to be the Earth Elemental with a wall buff for Chicago. Extra health increase. Trying to avoid the spets as best as possible. Trying to stay super mobile. That's what Chicago, I think, just keep Frost Shocks on the guy as best as possible, just so these pets can actually get some damage in. And Milord Pala using the Earth Elemental aggressively, just beating that guy up for that holy power. They're beating him like a holy power piñata. Hodge onto Chicago, sundering onto Milord Pala. Going for a bit of a heal, but not really going for damage just yet. I think just waiting out for Wolves to be back up. Hand of Freedom available for Milord Pala. Sees the slow totem, wants to make sure he gets away from it. I think for Chicago, maybe getting a Flame Shock onto Milord Pala is important, but the Frost Shock slow, I think, is even more important, because Milord Pala is just, I mean, he's just roaming away from you. That's going to be a Primordial Wave. Milord Pala try to see if he can get away. Hodge into Chicago. Does he get hit with a slow? I don't know if he does. Grounding Totem does eliminate it. That's actually quite a bit of damage from those pets. That Frost Wolf is doing work. So is the Flame Wolf. And Chicago does need to get slows on Milord Pala every single time. I feel like you have to prioritize Frost Shocks. Flame Shocks are your damage, but you have to get the slow on him first. Bubble available from Milord Pala. That's how long that duel has been going. And Milord Pala, again, aggressively sniping these totems out. That is free holy power, especially if he has the Crusader Strikes for it. Like, he might as well. This man knows how to generate holy power efficiently, and he's super aggressive about it. Extra aggressive about it. There's going to be Seraphim Wings available. Hodge into the grounding totem. Milord Pala having to take out the totem immediately. Will not be able to lock down Chicago. Does have a pre-wall available for it. And Chicago trying to stay mobile through the hand of hindrance while Milord Pala building the holy power from afar. There's going to be wings available. Shield of Vengeance up. Could stay in there. Chicago could also stay in. Final verdict available. Does Chicago wants to stay next to Milord Pala? That's way too many cooldowns being committed. There's going to be a bit of flash out up for Chicago. Trying to go for a heal. Hex, maybe. Hodge on Chicago has a trinket for it. Trying to heal. 38% damage. Does he get the Hex off? Trinket available for Milord Pala. Does go for the trinket. Chicago trying to bail away. Needs the Maelstrom right now to get himself a bit more healing. Could have went for a juke onto Milord Pala, decided against juking him and tried to go himself a bit of a heal. I think Milord Pala might have it here unless Chicago gives a Maelstrom. It looks like he does capitalize on that one. Caps out on it, gives himself a bit of a heal, knowing that Wargren is up next. And Wargren wants to give him a bit of an auto duel. Actually wants to give him an auto duel. Let's go, boys. Not unpopular opinion, but I think enhanced healing is more insane than red healing. Yeah. But I feel like if you were to say that anywhere on the WoW forums, they'd be like, you're a Retribution Paladin, shut up. But yeah, I do agree. Like, I think Enhanced Shaman Healing is actually better than Rep Healing. Like, in terms of the amount of healing you can do. Like, the snap heals. And how often you can do them. Well, I guess it is limited by mana. But yeah, I agree. But also, Paladins have, I think, a bit more tankiness to them. Bubble Bop and Shield of Vengeance. Big bursts of healing during wings. I guess, I don't know. It's the lower your health you are, the more healing you can do. Enhancement, I feel like, does have better healing, but also they're squishier. Like, just hitting a Paladin versus hitting a Ret. I mean, versus hitting a Shaman. Shamans are pretty squishy compared to Paladins. Maybe not Elemental. But in general, Milord Pala taking a bit of damage from Morgren as he's playing that marksman. Aim shots coming through. Milord Pala trying to go for a stun on the pet. It looks like that stun did not go through. Knockback onto Milord Pala. That's going to be a slow with Morgren. Trying to see if he can bust through a Shield of Vengeance. He got the binding shot. Does Milord Pala have anything for it? Aggressively attacking the pet. Hand of Freedom is up. Freezing Trap as soon as he gets up the stairs. Wargren does juke away, has himself a big double tap ready, explosive shot, rapid fire combo available, and that's going to be aim shot on top of it. If only he had the Kyrian setup, could have interrupted Milord Pala. Blessing of Protection is up. Hodge by onto Wargren. That's going to be immediate removal of the Blessing of Protection. Wargren needs to get the line of sight of Milord Pala and take him out. This was the perfect opportunity to do so. Knocking him downwards, and he's going to run into the room, create some line of sight. Wargren might need to be a little more aggressive here. But that's going to be some big heals from Milord Pala. Has the pet to build holy power off of. So Word of Glory is just going to be huge. Seraphim setting up. Milord Pala taking a bit of damage though from Wargren. Freezing Trap. If Wargren has a good proc, he could be okay. Milord Pala still got plenty of heals. Trying to build up holy power. Big final reckoning onto Wargren. That Paladin damage is just coming out of nowhere. With iFox up next, I think Milord Pala has nothing left here, dude. There it goes. He fought for quite a while, didn't he, boys? Well, damn. Is Chicago running Necrolord Doomwinds? No, not Doomwinds. He's running the Ghost of Lego. But he is Necrolord, yes. But he's running Ghost of Lego. Bio getting actually tagged out from Stealth, eating the Freezing Trap. Trick inside of it immediately. Fox should be in a good spot. It's going to be control onto Bio whenever he needs to. Eventually available for the Rogue. Looks like he's going to back up with Shadow Blades and Flagellation. He backs up while his cooldowns are rolling. Not a good idea. And iFox should be able to maybe get away walking for that eye. Maybe he can go for a Freezing Trap. Sap onto iFox has the pad to get the Rogue out. Rogue is going to get denied that opener. How about you go for a snap cheap shot immediately? And that's going to be Feign Death Freezing Trap. Bio, no trinket available. Just going to eat grenades. That's a blind onto iFox. The pet maybe should be able to get next to Bio. Looks like the pet does not have a sprint. And the Rogue does tussle out of there for a re-stealth. Fox going for a Medic Bandage. Bio looking for the sap immediately. Trying to disrupt any kind of healing. 60% dampener this game, boys. Man. Man. It's going to be cheap shot. Bio Nog walking. Actually, still walked to the Freezing Trap. Still trap. Stun. Wait, iFox, could he somehow escape this? Freezing Trap set up. Is Bio... Oh, Shadow stepped it. Ignored it completely. Looking for a bit of a reset. Theos goes in with a invis into a blink. My friend, that breaks your invis. But he's playing normal Blink. Thilis, dude. That's the first time we've seen Thilis in here, man. Thilis is new to PvP, guys. Stop making fun of me, man. From the last duel, dude. He did good. His first time ever. He did good for this first time ever joining these duels, man. Give him a break, dude. So many of these guys that you guys worship for these duels. All these guys you think are gods. Absolute monsters. They think they're legendary. All those guys started out small, man. Everybody had to start somewhere, right? Some of these guys started out just like Thilis, not really doing super well, and then growing, becoming better. That's gonna be main Meteor for Thilis. Doesn't go for the Meteor. Bio looking for the reset, as Thilis did have full combustion. Looking for that Rogue. Was hoping maybe the Rogue would still get maybe rooted, maybe stay in that smoke bomb. Did not. And that's gonna be sapped by Bio. Thilis still holding on to a ice block as well as cauterize. That's most like immediate ice block. What do you trinket too? That's gonna be immediate opener re-stealth for Bio with a shadow step. Maybe Shadow Strike, Shadow Step. Cloak of Shadows used right now as Theo's trying to send his Phoenixes, but those Phoenixes are missing. That Cloak of Shadows prevented him using Nova maybe a little too early, trying to blink away. Got himself in just to maybe give himself a bit of a defensive. And Bio's going for a full reset over there. Theos, I don't know, man. He has still cauterize. So maybe if he lands a breath onto Bio, he might be okay. Does get himself shields, trying to backpedal to blind. But it looks like the blind gets broken through cauterize. Trying to go for shift and power, interrupted, and down he goes. Man, everybody needs a chance out there in duels, man. That's his chance, dude. Just give him a chance, man. Bio getting attacked by the pet, trying to door Shadows all the way to the other side. The pet's still on him. Got that sprint ready. Moonfella looking to maybe get himself a better angle. Is Bio just gonna die to the dots? I think the pet might actually kill him. Flare, oh, so close. So close, as Moonfella is looking for Bio. Bio gonna be able to do much here. Plenty of dudes are actually still have got to play on the other team. Name, Manbear Tree. So we still have plenty of dudes that need a chance to play on team too. But Bio actually getting a chance to play, so that's good, man. We all gotta start somewhere, man. Everybody gotta start somewhere. You start with the humble beginnings. You walk in, you don't really PvP much. You wanted to get a chance at, what is it? You gotta get a chance at, what's the word? What's the word? A chance at, wait. So apparently the new Slime Serpent mount, apparently you gotta solo the last two bosses, and you get it. What difficulty? Because I think maybe Heroic or Normal might be doable. Maybe if it's Normal, I can totally get it. Bio looking for the full reset versus Moonfella. It's a hard opponent. It is a rogue that's fully geared too. But a major approach every class and duel differently. It takes some time. Yeah, it really does. It really does. Sap onto Moonfella, sitting on the freezing trap. And I think, oh, Bio walking into that freezing trap. Don't ever walk from behind. The Hunter, I know as a rogue, you like to do it from behind. But you don't ever. That's going to be immediate trinket. That's going to be stun for Moonfella. Equalizing the health bars. Bio might not be a good spot. Actually hoping to get aggressive here. Hoping to maybe end the duel before it ends him. That's going to be Moonfella. Not saying that stun long at all. But a kill shot right after. Man, the bandages are up. As Manbear Tree is going to be up next. He knows he's going to get frozen, dude. Oh, runs right into it. Trinkets out of it immediately. No stun available for Moonbear this time. Or Moonfella. As Manbear Tree just going full bleeds on him. I think Moonfella's just dead to the dots, man. Yeah, you're just dead to the dots. Those feral dots with Necrolord is just too brutal. That's late in the game. And yo, look at that. My Lord Pala. Lots of damage. Lots of healing too. Chicago bowed out, so I couldn't see their healing. But man, lots of damage for that guy. Palas are just still super, super aggressive. Super, super hard hitting. It's absolutely insane. Alright, boys, let's get another one to put running, yeah? Yo, I kind of want to go solo those Plagueful bosses later to see if I can get that mount. It's only the last two, right? Last two bosses, solo on normal, heroic. I probably solo on normal. I could probably do it on normal. Yeah, rogue is one of the worst for mages, especially if you're new. Gonna join next round. Your if you find an LG group, do we have another group? Ready? Ready? All right. Swap mate swapped out for lock. That's cool. Let me know when you're ready. While I get a sip of my drink, I got some sweet tea for the day. Ooh, a go. What's up, Macus? Got it a bit late tonight, but enjoying the stream. I'm glad you are, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, dude. Good duels. Happy you enjoy them, man. Happy you like them. 5? Cool, cool. I don't know how to find it. Okay, I found it. Awesome, awesome. Cool, cool. Let's get these boys back in here for 5v5 1v1s. Let's see how this goes. I was playing Arcane Mage before I gave up and only got 1300 rating. I realized I made a mistake going to Arcane. I feel like maybe playing Fire probably a bit easier. But there are Arcane Mages that are doing really well right now. Like, is it impossible to reach high rating as Arcane? I've seen Arcanes at least 2400, so you can get your like Gladiator mount if you wanted to as Arcane. So is it impossible? No. Is it easier to do it as Fire just to gain some rating? Maybe. I don't know. There's more than one. My stepdad always told me there's more than one way to skin a cat, and I'm hoping he wasn't skinning real cats. I'm hoping he was talking about catfish, because apparently people do skin catfish. But try again. Okay, cool. Here we are. Can I get it when it's full? Check on Discord how to join, fam. Check on Discord how to join. But the way you join is, if you guys want to join the 5v5 1v1 Duels, player versus player, premium group, custom PvP, find a group, type number 5 in the search and hit enter, and you'll see a 5v5 1v1 group available. If you don't see one, you go to start one. Call something like 5v5 1v1 Duels Dalaran. As long as you have number 5 in there, you're good. And that's it. Start a group, get 4 people in, so you have to make 5 men. Add me on Real ID, and I'll queue against one of the boys that's up and running. But yeah, like the way I look at it, you could either play the best spec that is designed for PvP or PvE or whatever it may be, the easiest to get to whatever you want to do. I am more of a fan of taking a playstyle that I like and seeing how far I can go with it. You know, that's what I'm a huge fan of. This is why I play Outlaw Rogue, whether it's good, whether it's not. In Legion, it wasn't that good. In BFA, it was really good. Right now, it's good, and like, right now it's actually pretty good, and it'll probably get worse after a while. We don't really know. But that's why I was playing Combat back in MoP in PvP. Like, Combat was good for raids and dungeons, but I didn't care for dungeons. I went to PvP, and I played Combat. That's all I played, because I liked it, you know? It's just when you find something about a spec, maybe the playstyle, maybe the abilities, maybe the theme, and you just like it so much, you would rather play that than like the quote-unquote best spec in the game or whatever, right? We're going to go again. We go again. Here we go. Here we go. Maybe that'll work. Blackrock Hold Arena. Let's go, dude. Even was it going to be a big melts and bursts? Yeah. But you can definitely play. Well, most of PvP is big melts and bursts, but you can play around the big melts and bursts. Like Outlaw Rogues can beat a sub rogue and a fire mage with the right healer. And you're not really bursty as a spec. Like the other two are, but you are not. And you can win. That has happened. I do have footage. I do have footage collected of it. You know what I mean? Fear Lord, dude. We got Boom in here too. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. Oh, I'm enjoying these duels, dude. These are great. Oh, Wild Imp too. Switch. Wait, we got the boys. Wait, whoa. We got team 1 with Wild Imp. The one. The only. If you guys remember one from BFA. Demo main, he's super excited for 9-1, dude. Was talking to me on PTR the other day, and we got Fear Lord X, boom, a sword here. We got the boys on the team. We also got Milord Pala, Name. We got ourselves Manbear Tree and Bio. On the other team, we have ourselves Chicago with iFox, Moonfella, and Wargren. Wargren's still second, trying out the marksman. And Wild Dip is gonna be first up versus Fear Lord. No! Why do friends have to fight each other? Why do the dual gods have to fight each other first? Oh no! Shadow Priest versus Demonology Warlock. Who wins this one, boys? Place your bets. Who wins this one? It's a hard one, dude. I want to say Shadow Priest wins, but maybe I'll be proven wrong. Like, I want Demonology to win because I love Demonology and I play that on my main, or my Warlock. And I try to play more Demonology than anything. Trading stuns, but I feel like because of the control, Shadow Priest is probably going to win. I don't know. Wild Imp actually goes for the Dark Iron Racial to remove the silence into a Mortal Call onto Fear Lord immediately. Does eat a Mind Games. It's going to be greater fate for Fear Lord as he does dip behind the pillar, trying to go for a bit of a movement ability. Tired is on him. He's going to get a clap in there. Shot if you're around the corner. Fear Lord is going to eat it. It's going to be short. Banish onto Fear Lord's pet. Gets himself a massive heal though. Massive heal. Rolling that healing legendary. That's going to be banished onto the Shadow Fiend, trying to deny any kind of resources, or I guess mana for Fear Lord. Reflect available for Wild Imp. He's just pushing ahead of Fear Lord as best as he can, trying to set up a big decimated bolt. Doesn't quite get it. It has a bit of a cast time. Fear Lord getting a stun into Wild Imp. Trick it out immediately. Again, trying to walk ahead of Fear Lord as best as he can. Does hit him with a fear. Hentacle down. Does go for the undead racial to break out of that fear. And Fear Lord is kind of low in health. Silence on the Wild Imp. Does trade the Mind Games. And the pets are going to end up healing Fear Lord a little bit. At least the Felguard will. And that's going to be Fear Lord with that Disperse getting quite a bit of a heal. Flash Capture able for Wild Imp, trying to get himself a bit extra healing going. Fear Lord just building a bit of sanity off of the pet of the Felguard in the room. Might as well, because then he could drop a bunch of DPs into Wild Imp. As long as he doesn't reflect them, then he'll be in a good spot. But Fear Lord is still avoiding the Warlock as best as he can. He wants to get some dots and damage on the pet. And Wild Imp just kind of letting him do it. He's not really trying to pull the pet out to not give him any resources. Actually, just going to go for a new resummon by the looks of it. Maybe? It's going to be an interrupt on the Fear Lord. I think he knew that he was going to come out and try to cast at him. It's him with an interrupt. Great Fate available. Fear Lord is going to get the fear, dude. Into a Mind Games onto Wild Imp. No Dark Iron Racial. Or yeah, Dark Iron Racial available just yet. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. He's going to summon himself a new pet. Might as well get a fresh one. Might as well get a healthy one. Big Shadow Crash into Wild Imp. Does proc out the Slime Jelly to give him a shield, sending all those pets back onto the Shadow Priest. And he's going to be back there, again, able to get quite a bit of resources. Fear Lord does have defenses coming back up very, very soon, so he might get a bit more aggressive with the defenses. Wild Imp also has very short cooldowns, especially on the offensive side. With that Tyrant being a 1 minute cooldown, 1.5 minute CD. And could actually shorten it if you run a Lego, but you're not going to run that in PvP. He runs the one where he empowers the damage of his pet and damage of himself. Stun onto Fear Lord X. With the second pet, the second Tyrant, the second Felguard. Silence on the Imp. Does he still get the Tyrant off? He still got the Tyrant off. Mortal Call to Fear Lord. That's going to be Tyrant actually moved with him with a port by the looks of it. And the Tyrant is unable to really reach Fear Lord at all. And he's going to avoid that thing as best as he can. Fear onto the Tyrant, but also clips Wild Imp as well. That's going to be Mind Games onto the Warlock. With a big PI as Fear Lord is getting aggressive here. Once you get a bunch of those DPs rolling. Still getting beat up by the Felguards, man. Second stun coming out from Felguard is going to be full. No GRs or anything. Tries to go for a Fear into Fear Lord. That is going to be stunned from the Warlock into an immediate Trinket intro by Wild Imp. Fear Lord's PI does get removed. Wild Imp gets himself a nice new Flesh Scrap to get himself a little bit extra health. Slowing in even more pets onto Fear Lord. But the Priest got the mobility around the pillar. Quite a bit of mobility. Greater Fate also gives him that movement speed increase from time to time. A bit of sprint. Is able to recover health. Wild Imp hits him with a fear. Might be able to get himself a pet setup. Gets a healthy gold down. And did Fear Lord just use the Undead Racial? I think he did use the Undead Racial. I think he did Will of Forsaken that one. Just to get out of it. Silence of the Wild Imp. Didn't really take too much damage during that silence. Void Eruption available for Fear Lord. Got himself lots of Void Bolts available. Lots of DPs up too. Could be quite a bit of hits onto Wild Imp. Fears all the pets with the big Mind Games and a stun to follow right after him. Mind Blast onto the pet actually. Instead of a Wild Imp, that is an interesting choice. Maybe he had double Mind Blast available and wanted to hit the pet as well as Wild Imp. Actually taking out the pet, that's why. Summons a quick new Felguard with a Tyrant backup. Fear Lord does not have defenses. Actually, no, he has Greater Fate. Disperse is available if he needs to use it. Does get himself a Battle Master Trinket, trying to give himself a bit of a heal. The Tyrant is going to get some slaps in there. Mortal Call goes for Disperse immediately. Used to use it ASAP. Drain life out for Wild Imp the Warlock. And Fear Lord does get a lot of health recovery here. A little bit of left before the PI as well as some Empiric Embraces back up, so you could combine them together for quite a bit of damage. Wild Imp looking to get again better angle, summons an extra Felguard. Does go for a stun, getting traded. Actually interrupting the stun onto Fel Lord, actually locked out for a bit. Silence onto Wild Imp, trying to see if he can light inside it. It looks like the Felguards are gonna take it down. Oh, he actually Dark Iron Racial that Mind Games. So then the pets were not healing the Shadow Priest. They're actually did damage. Because if Wild Imp has the Mind Games, then the pets also have Mind Games effect. But if he removes it, the pets are able to do damage, and they just locked him down. 2 Felguards. That was awesome. Wild Imp throws a Mortal Coil immediately into the Rogue, into a stun right after he trinkets it. Has a gateway if he wants to use it. That's going to be a Cloak of Shadows for Bio. But he's going to bail out of there and vanish. Cloak of Shadows was used really early. Wild Imp survived narrowly though. That was so close. That was so close. That was such a good setup. Both of them played it really well. Both of you can't complain there, man. Both of them played it really, really well in my opinion. Super well. Sap it to Wild Imp, keeping the pet away so he doesn't get sacked immediately. Walks him actually next to him. Trick it for Wild Imp into a stun into Bio. As he's going to get some pets in. Fear by Wild Imp does land the Fear. And it's going to be Decimated Bolt following that with a Tyrant up. Those pets are going to run into Smoke Bomb. Tried to Shadow Fear with Smoke, does not get to him. That Tyrant is going to have a field day with you though. Mortal Coil onto Bio. No Vanish available. Does he have anything at all? Looks like he's down. Oh! And Milord charging at him immediately. Wild is going to have to play this really wild right now. A Reflect is up. Milord Pala made sure not to hodge it. And Wild is going to take a lot of damage from Milord Pala. Mounting up, and that's going to be a stun. Slowing him down as best as he can. In any way he can. That was the gateway. That was the port used just now. This personal portal for Wild Imp did not use gateway. I think he might have used the gateway versus the Rogue. Tried to spam Fears into Milord Pala. He is going to need to go for a bit of health recovery here. Mortal Coils and Drain Lives are going to be the play. As well as having a full Fresh Cut Shield before he even fights Milord Pala. He's going to send another Felguard pet, letting those pets just barrage him. He has a good line of sight, setting up a priming up a Decimating Bolt. And probably some Demon Bolts, huge Demon Bolts actually. Massive damage. And looks like Wild Imp has a bit of an advantage here. Has Reflect in case Milord Pala goes for a Hodge, sending out more Demon Dogs in there. Stun into Milord Pala, locks him out of Holy actually. Might be in a bad spot, could be a bubble here, does go for the bubble. And Wild Imp either used a Battlemaster's Trinket or he used a Burst Trinket. Is going to have a port. Does have a port available. Trying to go for the gateway into a Hodge though. Does he survive this onslaught by Milord Pala? The Slime Shield goes through and does get himself a gateway off. Flashcraft available. Could interrupt Milord Pala if the pet has a stun. And Wild Imp, not a lot of health available right now. He does need more health. He needs more healing ASAP. Definitely needs more healing. Maybe even pull his pet back. Yeah, pulling the pet back. He definitely needs more health. Too bad there's not a mage on that team. Otherwise, he'd just be able to get himself some food. Repositioning completely. Decided to go with a different position instead of putting it where his team is. Setting up a gateway as well as a port around that room and the pillar. So he marks his territory. Milord Pala has some cooldowns coming back very, very soon. But Wild Imp did force a bubble at him pretty early. Trying to go for a Tyrant is going to be an interrupt. And Milord Pala making sure not to hodge himself. As a Handle Goldan comes out, Mortal Coil comes in for Milord Pala, but he does have Blessing of Protection. Decimating Bolt trying to set up. That Tyrant is out, and Milord Pala is going to avoid him as best as he can. Stun around the corner, didn't quite hit him. Turn Evil on one of the pets. The Tyrant looks like it's going to back up immediately. Tyrant didn't get a Turn Evil, but he just saw that pet run away. He's like, oh, I'm out of here. He just doesn't want to stay. He doesn't want to stay long. Reckoning coming down by Milord Pala. Wild Imp does have himself a big port into the stun as Pala tries to get mobility. Trinkets out of the stun. Hodges of Wild Imp does have a trinket for it. Has the gateway in case he needs to get the hell back in the room. He actually repositioned it again. Okay, Wild Imp not in a good position. Let's see what Mortal Coil, let's see if anything. Pets are available. Reflect is up in case Milord Pala hodge himself. Stun onto Milord Pala as the second Felguard comes out with a Fear to follow. Hand the Gul'dan's available. It's going to be Mortal Coil. Decimating Bolt getting primed up. Actually chooses against it. Is going to go for the gateway instead. Get himself as much range as possible. And Milord Pala is going to get beat up back behind the pillar. Trying to fear one of the pets. It does go for a stun. I think the main pet maybe. Which does lock out Milord Pala and Holy. There it goes. This is going to be a really clutch duel, man. This is going to be a really rough one, honestly. Milord Pala charging in. And Wild Imp trying to stay as mobile as he can, as mobile as Warlocks can be. Wall getting used. Is that going to be enough, though? Massive Reckoning coming in for Milord Pala. And the Warlock disappears behind the pillar. Trying to get himself a bit of a flash craft. Does get interrupted on it. Super unfortunate. And Wild Imp trying to walk away from the pillar. Actually, Milord Pala went back behind the pillar. I think you saw that the pet throw, the axe toss, was used. So he went behind the pillar not to get caught out by free cast from the Warlock. This is going to be a Reflect available for Wild Imp. I think it reflects a Judgment at Milord Pala. It's going to hit him with a Fear. Has him out in the open. Perfect opportunity for a Tyrant. If he has any other ways to lock down Milord Pala, he'll be in a good spot. Milord Pala is going to go all the way behind the pillar. Tyrant, I think, might have gotten a one cast on him. The further we get into dampening, the worse I think it is going to get for Paladin, but Milord Paladin I think is just waiting out for 20 seconds until Bubble is back up. So if he wants to beat up Wild Imp, he probably is going to go for a big all-in, I'm guessing, and wants to make sure he has Bubble ready for it, so he can just bubble and not get CC'd. That's going to be Wild Imp summoning a whole new Felguard, Milord Paladin going for a bit of recovery of his own with Flash of Lights, as all these targets for him to build holy power off of. Disappear. What's up, Psycho? Is Warlock a sick? He is, dude. This is one, dude. The one and only. The Wild Imp. He's really good at demo. Oh, Hodge reflected onto Milord Paladin. I didn't even realize it. That was nuts. Milord Paladin trinketed it immediately. That's going to be CC chain. Once you got your trinket away, the Warlock is now going to exploit it. It looked like he had horns for a second, didn't it? It's just the crown and the way it looked. Big damage into Wild Imp. Has a massive port. Lots of range damage from Milord Paladin. Those judgments still hurt. That's going to be short fear onto Milord. Wild Imp is going to have to be very, very careful. I think he just used a Mortal Coil earlier. So he needs to go for big stuns, big damage onto Milord. Has more handling Gul'dans ready. That's a lot of pets around Milord Paladin. Still has plenty of self-healing. Trying to catch up to the Warlock, the mastermind of all the Zeman army. While trying to avoid his pets the best they can. Stun into Wild Imp. Dusty survive it. Milord Paladin does not have wings, but still could be lots of pressure. And it looks like a Mortal Coil will run the Paladin in the other direction, keeping him safe. Tyron getting used up again. Does he have a stun to combo? If only he had a stun to keep Milord Paladin out in the open so Tyron could wail on him for like a second. If only. But at least the pets that Wild Imp does have. Oh, pushes in at Milord Paladin with a reflect, hoping for a Hodge. Looks like he's poking outside, maybe to go for a port in case things go bad. Bubble Veil from Milord. Does he have the big go? Looks like he's setting something up. It's going to be a... Was that a Hodge? He Hodged one of the dogs! Unforge! Big Unforge! He Hodged one of the Doges! Oh no! No! Wild Imp is going to be able to get himself a heal. No Hodge by Milord for a bit. Wild Imp could take advantage of that. He did use the Tyrant earlier, so he might just have to wait it out. Milord catching up on all that heals until he's drained of mana. 12 minutes into this duel, dude. These two juggernauts are just going at it, man. And actually having quite a bit of a game. 48% dampening. Means real bad for Milord Paladin. He's eventually going to have a hard time catching up. Look at those flashlights. They're still doing a bit of work, but these pets are starting to put more pressure. It's not that his heals are doing less. It's that the pet damage... Well, his heals are doing less, actually. But with the pet damage on top of it, that pressure eventually is just going to catch up to you. So you better get ahead. Better start building holy power so you're using Word of Glories. You have a limited amount of mana. Start healing yourself as early as possible. But playing that careful might end up not working out for him well. Because every time you play carefully, you miss an opportunity to go ham. And there goes the opportunity to go ham. Big wreck onto Wild Imp, has a wall available. And Milord Paladin bails out as soon as his bit of burst is gone. It wasn't enough to take down Wild Imp, but he's backing out completely. Switching the attention onto the pet, trying to go for Word of Glories, still making sure to get a judgment here and there onto Wild Imp. Maybe he's hoping he has a big go without a wall next time. But that's going to be just a barrage of CC. And without a bubble, he could be in a really bad spot. Maybe he's talking to his team, potentially. It looked like he looked it up for a sec. Yeah, Milord Paladin just waiting this out, man. 55% dampening. It's not going to go well for him, though. I don't think it's going to go well for him. Maybe he'll still win this. But my gut feeling says, I don't think it's going to go well for him. He does have bubble in 2 minutes. Maybe that's what he's waiting for. Maybe he decided, you know what? I need every defensive and offensive together. I need to make sure he doesn't have any escapes. I don't have to deal with CC. Trying to go for turn evil on the pets while also not trying to get interrupted. It looks like there goes a stun on the pet. Wild Imp does push at him. Does have a trinket for that stun getting traded. Tyrant coming out. Second stun onto Milord Paladin. Does he have a Mortal Coil with it? Mortal Coil runs him. The pet, Tyrant though, the pet's got stunned with the Wake of Ashes. Super Unforged. Tyrant might still get one cast off. Does get a cast off in there. Shield of Vengeance does not hold on long at all. Wild Imp getting those instant casts. The Tyrant is out in the open. Blessing of Protection. Only so much you can do with it. Oh, the Demon Bolt goes through. Yeah, eventually that dampening is going to catch up with you. Like I said, it looks like Name is the last one. Did the other people leave, or did Wild Imp just take everybody out so far? Did he? That's going to be Name vanishing out as he didn't have a lot of health at the very end there. Had a really good go onto Wild Imp. Did everybody just leave for Team Milord Paladin, or did Wild Imp take him out? I guess the scoreboard will let us know, right? I guess we'll know there. What's up, KMW? How you doing, ma'am? Any horde groups? Yes, we do. We have one horde group with Milord Paladin. Feel free to ask him after this game is over. That's going to be cheap shot onto Wild Imp. Stun. Name taking him out. Oh. Yeah, eventually, like the Rogue is another class. You think a Warlock is a class that doesn't need healing? Look at Rogues, man. The higher the damping, the better they do, because then the enemy can't heal and recover as fast. That's the only other class that can do even better. And at that point, Wild Imp, unless you have a trinket, wall, everything, it's tough. Especially a Rogue with full CDs. That's rough, man. Immortal Lock? Almost immortal. Almost immortal. Name take him out, though. Making a name for himself, dude. He's gonna go from name XD to actual name XD. Like, he's gonna make a name for himself. Right now, it's just a placeholder. Maybe. Chicago's up next, though. Ghost Wolves have been used and was able to avoid them, as these two did play each other before. Primordial Wave onto name. I think that puts a Flame Shock on him, too. Chicago does need to get a Frost Shock on the guy. Get a shot onto the pet. Frost Shock does get used. Used to get a melee. Named cannot stun you unless he goes for cheap shot. Trying to make some damage happen. Night Fae getting used. The Earth Elemental still is around, still giving you extra health. Chicago's self-healing is getting reduced, however, quite a bit. So there's only so much you can really do in that department. Let's go for Ellie Blast versus Name, as the Cloak of Shadows comes out a little bit late. And that's going to be a Name trying to Shadow Step past Chicago. The Wolves are on him. One more hit is necessary. All he needs to do is take him out. And the Earth Elemental, I think, is going to clobber him down. Very, very close. Did Wild Imp 3. Okay, so it looked like somebody on team Lord Pala might have left. I think it was a Druid. Maybe he was AFK for a bit. But it's okay. Either way. Let's go, boys. That was good. Wild Imp rolling in, man. We had Chrysler doing well as Demon EU. And Wild Imp coming back in. If I had a wall loaded, probably one sad face. I think so too. I believe so too, man. Because that was clutch. That was really close. That high dampening, though, with a Rogue and full CDs, Shadow Blades. Yeah, there's only, you can stun with a pet, and if you shrink, there it is. Like, literally much you can do. Druid left? Oh, it's unfortunate. Hopefully Druid will get a chance to play. Yo, my Lord Chicago, if you guys want to swap some people out, you can. Or if you want to just go with the same groups we have, I'm fine with that. 124. No call on the wall. Yeah. If you had either one of those things, it would have at least given you a chance. Wait, I think Smelly has a group. Wait, you got a group? I'm gonna ask him real quick to find out. Oh, give me a break, boys. Give me a breather. That was a good one. That was a fun game. Some games go long and I actually just take a break and I just take a second to breathe. That game I was enjoying commentating because it was just close back and forth. I liked it. Need one for NA? Yo, KWAM boys, if you are a horde and you want to join these duels, look up at LFG. Actually, let me show you how to join LFG. And then I can have my sip. Oh, wait, do we have a group already? Wait, does he have a group? Full group, let's go, dude! We can throw Chicago versus them then. Yeah, but if you guys want to join or make a group, you go to Player vs. Player, Premium Group, Custom PvP, find a group, top number 5, enter. You see groups, oh boy! KWM, make sure you delist it, by the way, to make sure that I can actually queue you against Chicago, because I'll queue you against Chicago. Make sure you delist the group, because otherwise it bugs. If you guys don't see a group, though, you can always go to start a group, call it something like 5V5 1V1 DUELS Dalaran. As long as you have number 5 in there, you should be able to be found. Let them know in the chat that you have a group, and you're good to go. Oh, Nick Hoffman! My man! Yo! Can we get a hashtag Nick Hoffman in chat? Thank you so much, my dude. Thank you for continuing to become a member, my man. Oh, thank you so much, my guy. Appreciate you. Can your elf do the dance? No, he can't do the dance. I can maybe do this. I don't know how that looks like. I don't know. Does that look like anything? Hold on. Does that look like anything? That's kind of looks like stuff. Kind of. Not much of a dance. The neck doesn't really move too far. I was trying to do like a snake thing, but I couldn't. It doesn't move side to side. His head moves. Oh. Boys, I grew up in the South. Well, not grew up, but like ever since I moved from Russia to NA, about my teens. Majority of my life, I grew up in the South. And one thing I love in America, the South, is the sweet tea, dude. Nothing beats a good Southern sweet tea. I love it. Oh, it's so bad for you, but I love the taste. Oh my god, it's so much sugar. Well, depends where you get it from, though. I really hate it when they use Splenda, though. Like, when they use the sweeteners. Because that doesn't really taste that good. Like, yes, it tastes kind of sweeter, but, like, artificial sweet. Like a good old sugar, dude. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. Hello, guys. Hey, brother, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, living in the South, drinking my sweet tea. Yeehaw. You know what I mean? For the South, my guy. North Carolina. So it's not that far south, but it's pretty south here. North Carolina is still pretty south. It's still pretty southern. Getting less and less, though. I live by the beach, so it's, you know, different kind of folks. Different kind of folks living here nowadays. Different kind of folks living here nowadays. But it's still pretty swampy over here. Pretty swampy Tar Heel Nation. You know what I'm talking about, fam? Oh my god, dude. Full-blown Southern Dal. Stop. Cam W Sniper. Although the one thing that's still real in South is the Southern hospitality. Dallas from Cali. Yeah, no. Never been to Cali. You think everybody's from Cali nowadays, especially a big boy streamer, or Texas. Everybody lives in Texas. But nah, dude. Lived in South Carolina in Greenville. Yo, that's a pretty cool place. That's a cool place. South Carolina's pretty good. Vegan burgers? Nah, big juicy meaty burgers. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. Dude, I agree. Vegan burgers, I mean, if you like vegan burgers, you like vegan burgers. Not my cup of tea. Not my slice of beef, you know what I mean? But if you like it, man. Hey, to each his own. I actually probably should try a vegan burger at some point, like the Impossible meats, just to give it a try, because I never had it. Oh, we only have 4. Oh no. So Twitch, we only got 4 on Team 2, but hopefully they'll get an extra. Team 1 has got us as Wild Dame coming back in, looking out at TBC. Well, kind of future TBC, but dude, look at that. Looking lovingly at what TBC is gonna be. I think this man is happy. I would be surprised if he'll be excited for TBC. We got ourselves Chicago. We got ourselves iFox, Moon fella. Why am I giving him a southern accent now? No, Dal. No, stop. Prevent this. Gonna be versus Boom. Oh, they get out 5th. Awesome. Boom is gonna be, I think, leading this group, maybe? It looks like, no, KM is leading this group. Which one's KM? Gonna be an interrupt onto Boom. Moonfella not really looking all that good. Not a Demonology. Destruction Warlock trying to make those Chaos Bolts work. Chaos Bolt, by the way, getting buffed by 40% in PvP, 10% in PvE for Warlocks in 9-1. I think Destro is going to make a big return then. Massive return. Oh, Kyrian setup for Moonfella. Has himself lined aside into Boom. Is going to harp into him. Boom, leaping right back into the Kyrian Resonator era. That is going to be the CC from the Succubus. The pet is actually dead. That's going to be a Cataclysm off that. Chaos Bolt does go for the Turtle Shell. If only Boom was further out, if that Cataclysm, Turtle Shell, if Cataclysm and Chaos Bolt hit at the same time, then you wouldn't be able to Turtle Shell. But the only way to do that is to be a little further out to make sure there's some travel distance for it. Moonfella does escape out of there with a camo. It looks like we got ourselves a good old reset on the team. We got ourselves no pace of Volpera. We also got ourselves, well, Boom out here in the open with Sleazy looking queasy, and Quiddles in here in the back. We got ourselves Kitty Emmy. We got a whole team of these boys stunned by Moonfella as he gets really up in melee with Boom. Kind of just drive by with them nades and kind of puts him next to the wall. Could go for a big resonating shot. Maybe interrupting Chaos Bolt, walking up to maybe see if he can land an interrupt on that thing. Into a Mortal Coil, puts him into a wall, trinket off that fear. It looks like Boom is just waiting now for Moonfella. Is Moonfella is he? Wait, is Boom? Wait, okay. I think I was gonna say is Moonfella Night Fae, but there's no way he is. He is a Resonator arrow. So then Boom is a Night Fae. Okay, that actually makes some more sense. Moonfella taking quite a few Chaos Bolts back to back. Feign Death does remove those dots. Manning Bennett's trying to give him some health recovery, but the Succubus isn't gonna let him do that. So Moonfella just kind of have to wait out until he's a better situation. He's kind of just standing still, actually. I was thinking maybe he's just waiting out for Boom. Trying to go for a better revive. I like your Mog, by the way. You got that little turquoise brown thing going on. It looks awesome. It's going to be Succubus CC. Boom should be able to get himself a nice corner strat. Does get the dot on the pet. Actually goes flagging onto Moonfellow. Resonant Shadow Arrow is up. Mortal Coil running Moonfellow in the other direction. KSMO doesn't hit. It looks like did not get the line of sight necessary. Trying to trade some dots with Boom as he goes in for a port. And that's going to Moonfellow trying to see if he can reposition. I don't know if Boom was able to get... He got a Havoc on the pet. I don't know if he was able to get a Mortal Coil too. That's one advantage of Destruction is the fact that you get double Mortal Coil. It is nuts. Double the heal, double the CC. And for the duels, it's mostly the CC aspect that's really good for it. Moonfellow waiting now, trying to get himself a second Sippy Cup. Could be attacking and actually trying to kill the Succubus if he wanted to. Keeping the dot rolling into Boom. Wait, isn't Moonfellow the hunter with the Serpent Sting Lego? The Latent Poison Lego? Looks like Boom tried to go for a bit of a line of sight. Actually found himself like Cascades Bolt. So he dropped down Infernal into a stun. Mortal Coil into Moonfellow. Has a good line of sight of him. Feign death for a second. Looks like he actually avoided that Casball damage. It's still under a lot of pressure though. Dotted up. Stun into Boom. Not a lot of health really left unless he can get himself a bit of a heal. Does he have the Sippy Cup from the Kyrian? He does have the Kyrian friend out in the open. It looks like he does get himself some sort of a heal. Casball still flying, going on the pet instead. And I guess Boom decided, you know what, if I can't hit the hunter, I might as well take down the pet. So far, Moonfellow has been playing this very, very cautiously, very carefully. Does have the resonant shot, getting some dot damage onto Boom with those kill shots. Boom going for a complete reposition. Moonfellow dropping down a feign death into a camo, but Boom is really careful on the pet and making sure the pet is constantly attacking Moonfellow. Shrinking that Succubus is trying to get himself a pet revive. Is going to be able to get one. Nothing Boom can do to stop it, but that is a trinket used by the hunter. Will not have it next time. Boom has himself a big setup. And as long as Boom can get some dots on the Moonfellow, he'll be in a great spot. How do you get fire on him just now? I guess he already had fire for before. Rain of Fire is going to definitely keep it in combat, doing some damage to his health. Definitely don't want to stand in Rain of Fire. Feign Death camo actually got himself a camo off. Oh, that stun on the pet does keep him in combat though. Got himself a little bit of health increase or health recovery from that. Boom making sure to clip Moonfellow or from around the corner with the Cataclysm. But Boom's health is also... How did Boom lose health? How did Boom lose health just now? What the hell? Kitty! He just came in and threw a judgment at Boom. Is Moonfellow gonna die? Well, Moonfellow died. Hopefully somebody tells Kitty, hey, hey, can you come back? Wait until you... Why? It's always the Paladins, dude. It's always the Paladins. Why are there so many Paladins? Kick that guy out of here. Why is it always the Paladins that have ADHD or ADD that can never stand still? It's a duel, my friend. Oh my god, who invited that bozo? Mortal Coil into iFox is Boom trying to see if he can get himself a better recovery. Chaos Bolt, send himself up. Big damage on iFox. Kill shots come through. Does land the Succubus CC in the last second. Trying to go for Soul Rod. He is not surviving this. You know what? He would have survived it if he never got hit with a judgment from that Paladin. Who is that dude? Who is that guy? Get him out of here. Looks like maybe Chicago's next. Chicago made sure to take down the Paladin before he was any more nuisance to the team. Looks like Widows and Necrolord Monk. That's an interesting combo we never see. And Necrolord Windwalker Monk. I like it. I like the bravado there. Got himself the root onto Quiddles. It's going to be Feign Death for a second. Trading out the Flate Shot, hoping that Quiddles walks through all the traps. Steel Trap is there, waiting for you. It's waiting for you. Dust will port. I think he wanted to make sure he doesn't walk through a Steel Trap. Freezing Trap, Dust in him. Not burning chicken for this one. iFox going for main advantage. Seriously, can a Paladin main explain to me? Why is it always a Paladin that ends up ignoring the rules of 5V5 1v1 Duels? Like, what? I just don't understand. Lex sweep by Quiddles into spin. Oh, massive damn. What was that burst? That kick? Oh my god. That was the hardest hitting kick in the world. What was that? That was nuts. It looks like Chicago's up next. Zoen is already going at it. Quiddles wants to give him an honor duel. So does Chicago. But Zoen was just not letting him do it. What is going on? Why is it always the Paladins, dude? Atha, why is it always Paladins? It's gonna be Chicago up next versus Quiddles, though. Got the Ghostwolves up and running. Got himself quite a bit of damage in there. Fury of the Fist coming out from Quiddles. The Elemental Blast trying to make a play. Doesn't get to. Is Quiddles going to be able to go for that big one-shot again? That was nuts, dude. That was nuts. Atho, that's way too good. Can you, when this video goes up, can you drop that as a comment? Be the first one to drop down that as a comment in the, I don't want to, it's his comment. I don't want to take it away. He made it funny. If this video goes up, can you drop it as a comment? There's gonna be a big fist onto Chicago, trying to see if he can deal with the damage. The healing is there though, but there's still a lot of pressure from Quiddles. Got them images up and running. I don't know if Bone Does Brew does anything for you as a Windwalker Monk to help you do more damage. Maybe it does. Gonna be Flashcraft available for Chicago. Quiddles does not have an interrupt for it, so that's a pretty big defensive for him. Big parry for Chicago. Gets the Ghost Wolves up and running though, so those wolves are gonna do work. Try to go for another Elemental Blast to the Quiddles. He does go for a port. The wolves are up. In Chicago, if you can catch up, you'll do even more damage with the wolves. This is the perfect opportunity. Got him some Primordial Wave onto Quiddles. Needs to go for a big blast. That's going to be a nice defensive for Quiddles right now. Rotating defenses little by little with Dampen Magic. And maybe Karma coming out soon. That's going to be a Karma right now after that Sundering. Chicago tuck a tail and running as a Ghost Wolf. Trying to make sure he doesn't take the most amount of damage from the Karma. But also he has a defensive with it too. Waiting out for Quiddles. Even going for mana by the looks of it. Gonna be Ring of Peace, booping him in. And actually making him pick up the eye. Quiddles got himself full burst available. Wall and Trinket available for Chicago. Big parry on Chicago. Looking pretty bad actually. Could be going down any moment. Big spinning crank kicks on Chicago. Lots of pressure. Does he have the heals for this? Trying to see if he can survive. Looks like he's barely living. I think maybe the Adrenaline Racial was used there. Oh! It looks like Quiddles does end up taking him out in the end. That was a rough one, man. Once he got the full Zoan, this man got some big bursts out of there. Big burst turned up. Trinket available for the Monk as Wargrand tried to see if he could bail away from him. Playing that Flate Shot. Got himself the Massive Skull to move the movement speed. But Quiddles with the big kicks though, dude. Massive kicks from this guy. Hardest hitting kicks in the West. Basilisk? Yo, that's an interesting honor talent. We don't ever see Basilisk anymore. Oh, he's still so slow. He's a chonker's boy. He's a big chonker's boy. Who is it? Yes, you are. And I think he's trying to walk him into the Basilisk. Is that thing even do damn? Does that thing even hit hard at all? Into a stun into Wargood. That's have a Trinket for it. And Quiddles throwing down the Bone Does Brew. I gotta read what the Bone Does Brew does again. As he does have himself popcorn while he's scooting over to Wargren. Lands a port, locks him out of Fist of Fury. Wargren narrowly escapes it with a Turtle Shell. I don't think you guys let anything left though. Quiddles just needs one more tag and that's it. Does AoE him out? I think it's over. Didn't even touch the death him. Wild Imp is last one left. Oh, it comes down to this. Monk versus a Warlock. Wild Imp has to hold down the fort. There's still 3 people left on the other team. So it's going to be interesting. Quiddles trying to run up to Wild Imp, but I think he wants to give him an honor duel. Yep. Wants to go for a bit of a pet bow, I guess. As close as he can get it from a pet. But he's still trying to reposition. Gonna be Wild Imp landing that Curse of Exhaustion on him pretty early on. So the only way to deal with the Curse of Exhaustion is to use Tiger's Lust. Which I'm pretty sure he's using Tiger's Lust. Try to get a root onto Wild Imp immediately. Trading pets for Wild Imp right now. Mortal Call onto Quiddles. And Quiddles might have to have maybe a different approach. Get him back in there. Stun by the second pet. Tyrant coming out. There's going to be lots of damage. Quiddles leg sweeping the pets. As well as the Tyrant, as well as Wild Imp. Trying to go for a Decimating Bolt. He's trying to avoid him as best as he can. If those Felguards can do some damage, then it'll be a pretty good spot. Look at them slashing and dashing, man. The Vivify are trying to keep him alive. But a 40% dampening, it's actually like his health is just going down. Also, there's an Imp in there too. There's an Imp who's trying his hardest. He's like, I got him. I can get him too. I'm helping guys. Even though he's doing like 20 damage a pop. Literally 20 damage a fireball. Okay, maybe 30, maybe 40. Like it's just insignificant. Big stun onto Quiddles, has a Trinket for it. Mortal Coil by Wild Imp. Trying to go for a Fear onto Quiddles. Does have the big Decimate, the big Necrolord Fear. Does he go to the Executes? Karma needs to get a Karma up and running to survive. The Spence could actually do a ton of damage. Flesh Cut does give him that survivability. Should be able to vivify at least for a bit. That pet is going to have a hard time breaking through that shield pretty quickly. So Quiddles should be able to get a bit of recovery. Wild Imp had those big executable Demon Bolts. If only he got one more off while keeping range from Quiddles, he would have been in a great spot too. Look at Quiddles actually had a Battle Master Trinket too. So might have Battle Master Trinket that got himself a big Fleshcraft. There's going to be a fear on to the monk as Wildim setting up himself some demon bolts, some pets. Zuen joining the fight. Quiddle's Might of Karma does go for a Karma. Reflecting while available for Wildim. Leg sweep, and Quiddles is going to have the Bronedust Brew rolling in. Big damage to the Wildim. Mortal Coil does run in the other direction. Does Wildim have enough to finish him? Big Whirling Dragon Punch. Zuen is still in play, and Quiddles does go for the big kick. Necrolord Monk actually dominates, boys. Yo! Move. Oh, he actually got 4 kills. Move over, Kyrian Monks. It's time for the Necrolords to pave the way to glory. Let's go, dude. That's awesome. I love that. Oh, it's a cool mug. I do agree with you, Chicago. I do agree with you. Let's go, dudes. Let's go, dudes. Milord, you have a group? Okay, Milord is looking for more people, boys. If you guys need to join him. That was awesome, though. That was awesome. Too bad that Paladin, dude. I mean, I don't know what's going on with that Paladin, bro. I don't know what's happening. Like, why? It's every time it's a Pala. Mikasin, I do my man. Good evening, Dalaran and Dan. Sick monk play. That was awesome, wasn't it? I enjoyed it. Chicago's like a 5. I get the Paladin, but but we could fight 4 if you're down. Nah, look for 5th. Nah, let's look for a 5th. It's all good. Also, were you the is KWM the monk from that game? Because that was awesome. Milord got 4 out of 5 here. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, that's fine. Chicago. Pala is pretty low geared, so probably is a new person. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's a duel. 5V5 1v1. And then they need a lock. There you go. Micah wants to join in some. You know what I mean? Milord just needs a 1 more. And we'll probably will do Chicago and Milord if they get a 5th, or KM. They're trying to see if we can find a 5th. Badasan, Noob AF, and Necrovent and Kyrian. Badasan, Noob AF, what Necrovent and Kyrian? Covenants. Yeah, it's just a covenant. So in Shadowlands, they added this thing called covenants. When you reach max level, you join one of the 4 covenants in the game. We have, I guess I could show you what the covenants are, right? Let me show you. All of them come with different abilities. Does it show you some of these covenant abilities? Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can walk over there. I want to see if it actually shows you, like, if I change a covenant, what are the benefits kind of deal. Oh, okay, okay. I guess I could do it like this. I could butcher this character, but I don't play this character anyway, so I'm going to butcher the hell out of him. That's what we're going to do. So first of all, we have the Night Fae. The Night Fae ability is to transform into like a pet. It's kind of like a Ghost Wolf on cooldown. It gives you a teleport ability, and you get an animal form. You can choose what these animal forms are, and there's like certain bosses and certain quests give you different forms. So it's like a customizable thing. So you can be a wolf, you can be a bird, you can be a fox, you can be a horse. There's different. Think of them as transmogs, right? So that's the Night Fae, and the Demon Hunter Night Fae ability. Everybody has this one. It's called the Hunt. Basically, as Demon Hunter, you prep up and you charge the enemy with speed, blast them with a bunch of damage with nature, and putting a dot on every person you pass through them. And you also get a healing every time you hit the person with the Hunt. Then there's Kyrian. These are kind of like the angelic kind of dudes. I'm just gonna swap covenants for you. Their ability for Demon Hunter is a little different. They actually get a different one. They can summon a steward, and he can give you a vial so you can heal. That's like your secondary. Don't worry about the bags, by the way. This will look bad. You can let you change your talents. You can trade him gear. You can play a song. And you can always send him away. And the covenant ability is a sigil for them. So one covenant has one ability, another covenant has another ability, and there's 4 different covenants, right? Then we got the Ventir, which are like the vampire dudes, vampiric type of dudes. They have like very vampiric-esque, like Van Helsing style abilities. One of them is going to be a teleport. You just kind of, it's like a heroic leap, but you teleport. It looks cool as hell. And the other one is a brand. Basically, you just mark an enemy with like a mark for death and they'll take damage. But when you use Metamorphosis, it marks everybody around you with that damage. At least for Demon Hunters. These are Demon Hunter specific abilities. Every class has different ones. Necrolord is interesting. And I'm actually going to swap to Necrolord because I really wanted to try out Necrolord. Their ability is the Fleshcraft Shield. You saw people use that. But it's a shield, you channel it, and you get a shield that absorbs a portion of your health and damage. While you channel the shield, it also gives you damage reduction. And for Demon Hunter, the ability is you have a chance to spawn a demon. When you kill it, it gives you a demonic soul. So you get the Demon Hunter soul damage buff heal. And you do a ton of damage. You also have a massive heal. And the demon explodes, hitting everybody in the area. More or less, that's kind of how it goes. More or less, that's how it is. Hopefully that explained it a little bit. There we go. That's the Demon Hunter covenants. Every class has different covenant abilities. There's so many. I would check out some of our older videos if you are interested, because we covered all of them in the past. Chicago and KM Sniper, actually. Yeah, we go again, because Milord still has one more he's looking for. But we go again. But yeah, that's the long and short of the covenants, at least what they are for classes. At least for the Demon Hunter. So all of them have specific, so like the Teleport for Venthyr, all classes will have that. The Kyrian friend, the little owl boy, everybody has that. The if you're a Kyrian, Necrolords all get Fleshcraft. Night Fae all get that Soul Shape ability with the movement. But then there's a class ability, and all those are different. And then there's Soul Binds, which are like mini talent trees. I don't have any on this guy because it just switched from Night Fae to Necrolord. So I'm kind of stuck as Necro for a while. But think of them like talent trees. It's a lot. It's a lot. You can tell me about the covenants for mages. That's some good ones. You have, I'm surprised you have so many new people that don't know what covenants are. So we have trying to get this group up and running. So I was listed. Okay, I'll go again. So mages, we have Kyrian, which gives you a Radiant Spark ability. It basically allows you, the more mage spells you throw at the enemy, the harder they hit. It's a pretty short cooldown. But you basically, like, your fourth ability is going to be the hardest hitter. So mages with fire mages will drop a meteor, frost mages with glacial spike it. It's pretty cool. It's mostly single target, has some uses for AoE, but not really. Then Night Fae lets you just basically blast enemies in AoE with nature damage and give you a mad cooldown reduction on all the abilities. That one's really strong. Necrolord turns you to a skeletal mage, making you do more damage, and your Arcane Blast, Frostbolt, and Fireball cleave enemies now too, so it's really, really cool. Like, they'll hit an extra enemy. And then the Venthyr. You put down these mirrors on enemies, and when an enemy attacks you, auto attacks or casts a spell, they'll get slapped back by these mirrors, and when they get hit by the mirrors 3 times, they're silenced and rooted. That one's more PvP focused, I'd say. But all of them are good, depending on your spec and depending on your class. None of them are really all too bad, though. Okay, so that one's saved. Let's get another up and running, boys. We gotta sell switch. Team iFox and Team Chicago yet again with Wild Imp. Gonna be Chicago first up before the Imp really goes up. Moonfella, iFox as well as Wargren versus Team Sleazy with, looks like it's gonna be a Mullah first. Mullah being a Destruction Warlock. Another Destro. We got ourselves Decaf Paladin with no pace as well as Quiddles. And Milla is gonna just open up with a bit of an immolation. It's gonna be Chicago actually playing a different build. But Chicago actually rolling normal Ghost Wolves. Are they rolling Doom Winds with Ascendants? No, they're not Ascendants. Wait. Elemental? Wait, what the hell? No! Earthquake, Earth Elemental. That's what it is. Earthquake, Earth Elemental. I was gonna say, like, how'd you drop an Earthquake down? But that's just Earth Elemental. Interesting. So he is picking up, I guess he's also picking up the Earthen Spike Lego, or Earthen Spike talent. Big Flash Cutter over for Chicago. And it looks like the two juggernauts, the Infernal. The Infernal and... it looks like the Infernal lost. Wait, the Infernal lost to the Earth Elemental. I think he just beat him down. That Earthquake, by the way, does quite a bit of damage. It has a chance to knock you down too, but that thing does damage. That thing actually does some damage. He's there for a whole minute, dude. You can't escape the Earth Elemental. He's there for a whole minute. Especially if you're Earthen Spike, you're just taking dams. And that's an interesting playstyle for Chicago. He has a really useful Earth Elemental. Milla might actually have to be careful with this Earth Elemental because he's just dead. Trying to summon a Void Walker at the last second. I don't really know what Void Walker was going to do for you, but does go down. Chicago with that Earth Elemental. Oh my god. That's gonna be Quiddles up next. Also, there it is. Necrolord Woodwalker Monk, dude. He just owned that last game. He pumped. Looks like Chicago doesn't want to let him get a reset at all. Just wants to get a melee with the guy immediately. Just auto attacking each other. They do it. They just auto each other. Are they friends or something? I don't understand. At some point they'll do for real though. Chicago, I think, will just wait until he can get a full Maelstrom. just to get himself a heal. Zuen getting used right now. Chicago better be careful. Wall getting used pretty early. Quiddo's not really coming in too much damage right now. Just use Zuen by himself. I wonder what Lego this man is running. Is he running like the big Rising Sun Kick Lego? That could be cool. Looks like Zuen actually gets hit with a stun. Oh yeah, Zuen can actually succeed now. Quiddo's going in for big damage on Chicago. Normal wall available. Does he have anything for it? Trick's last second. Oh, and that's actually Serenity. Not even images. Serenity as his build for the day. Interesting choice. The Necrolord strikes without even using a touch of death there. This man got some damage. Stunned by Moonfella. That's going to be Quiddo's waiting on until Serenity's back up. That's a 1.5 minute CD and Zuen is a 2 minute CD. So it's going to be a bit before he can really get the big damage back up. So maybe his sustain will still be really good. Running Dragon Punch missing that can sometimes suck. And not having those images up as often. But maybe he's just going in for the big all-in. Moonfella, I think, tried to go for a bit of a reset. Big fear onto Moonfella. And Quiddo's just trying to make the most damage happen while he is feared, as the fear does not break to damage. That Necrolord fear could actually be huge. That's going to be a nice knockback into Moonfella. Somehow, some way, even though he was in Turtle, that knockback still hit him. I thought in Turtle you don't get knocked back though. Maybe you do. Karma is up as Moonfella blasting this Eagles at Quiddo's with Aspect of the Eagle and throwing him down on ice to make sure he doesn't take too much of the Karma damage. So I'm in the wrong person, boys. I'm so sorry. First, like Venti and Necrolord coming in, most of the look. Skills as well, lower sick. Yeah, they're pretty cool, man. I like Venti over Rogue for certain. I know there's metas and stuff, but I don't know. In The Sims, it doesn't seem too bad. Too far different from one another. That's my opinion. Stun onto Quiddos. Trinkets out of it. And Moonfella getting hit with a leg sweep. Does Quiddos have anything here? He does have the Bone Dust Brew, which is doing quite a bit of damage, I think. I need to get a refresh from one Bone Dust Brew from Necrolord Monk does. You don't see it that often. And the fact that Quiddo's doing well with it, I'm glad. Zuen is available if he needs it. Does he have a Karma? He doesn't have a Karma. Big fear onto Moonfella. Does he hit him out with a... Oh, big kick. Trying to go for Battle Master Chicken. Gets a touch of death. Oh, dude, he is using that fear aggressively. I like that. That is so good. Only downside of Earth Alley Lego is that he can get taunted by the pets. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate, Chicago. Yeah, the only one you can't control is going to be the Elemental Shaman Earth Lego, isn't he? That was interesting, though, trying to go with the Earth Elemental. That thing can do a damn, though. If you leave that thing alive by itself, he can do a damn. Wild Dim going to be up next, a rematch with Quiddos. This time, no more dampening to worry about. So that's going to be a different duel, boys. That was a really close one for Quiddos, by the way. Versus the Hunter, he really trusted that fear. If he had any trinket for that fear or anything, I think that would have been a whole nother duel. He did use Battle Master's trinket though, so that gave him a little bit of health, which I think doesn't make that touch of death more reliable. Or maybe? I think it would have still been a dead end with touch of death either way. I think PvP is basically a guarantee one-shot. Like, there's nothing to do about it. Wild Dim's still waiting out for Quiddos. Waiting, taking his time as Quiddos charges in. That's going to be immediate stun into a fear as Wild Dip is going to be able to get up some Shadow Bolts. Spamming some fears at Quiddos as well. With Handigal done, he's going to have to take a little bit of time to set up some pets. There's going to be some Demon Doggers disappearing though. So we'll not be able to maximize that value for the Tyrant. Especially if he's a Tyrant to siphon some of the health from all the pets, which I think most Demon Warlocks do nowadays. Quiddos taking a bit of damage. Vivify coming out. Trying to avoid the pets, as well as the Tyrant. No one can reach him. As long as he doesn't have line itself with the Tyrant, he'll be okay. And still trying to allow us the Tyrant as best as possible. Actually position himself in really good spots away from Tyrant, almost deliberately. Gonna be a big Bone Dust Brew for Quiddos. Trinket it out of the CC, get himself full damage rolling. Wild Dim going for Fleshcraft. Quiddos is gonna go for a quick interrupt. Big kicks onto Wild Dim though. That could be lots of damage. That's gonna be a second Felguard joining the fight, trying to guard up Wild Dim. With that stun, Fear's getting spammed down as Quiddos trying to get back next to Wild Dim. It looks like it's going to be Fear onto Zuen. Trying to reduce as much damage from Zuen as best as possible. Wild Dim throwing down Mortal Coil into Quiddos. Could be pretty bad for Quiddos. Does go for a Karma onto one of the Felguards. Interrupted Wild Dim on Fear. Going to be that gateway available. Actually, he Karma'd the Felguard, interrupted Wild Dim, so that's interesting. Oh, Quiddos doesn't have any health though. Oh, Battle Master's Trinket gave him quite a bit of health to work with, but then it fell off. No, I was so close, dude. Oh no, if only he had an incap or something for that pet, or like a pre-rooted it. He just needed one more Vivify, but that pet just came in and spun. Sleazy coming in, taking out the boy. Also another Necrolord Monk. Is that becoming a meta now? Is that becoming a thing? Is that a potentially good build for monks now, is to be Necrolord? It does give you better survivability, and that fear can be good. If you can use it aggressively, extra aggressively, it can be cool. Was that not that Necrolord fear? So Necrolord fear procs in such a way where if you have the Emeny Soulbind, at least I think that's what they're Emeny? I don't know what the name of the character. I call it Emeny every single time. But if you go into the Emeny route, towards like the middle or the right hand side of Emeny, towards the bottom, when you drop low, you do an AoE fear, and it looks like the AoE fear does not break to damage too, so it's quite good. I think it's a 45-second cooldown, so you do have to be low on health for it to work. Alright, Fox trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a reset. Sleazy does get to find him, and Sleazy just staying in, taking that damage. He was probably hoping for that Emeny fear. Gonna be a feign death for iFox. Almost looked like he took him out, but Sleazy making sure to get that nice jab at the end. Man, these monks are just tearing these guys apart. Worgen is going to be up next with a Marksmanship Hunter that is going to be a binding shot onto Sleazy. Not much you can really do while he is bound for the time being. Big rapid fire. That's going to get Sleazy super low. Actually, almost in that kill shot range. Worgen is a Venthyr, so you could get the big kill shots in there too. Big aim shot is going to be Karma onto Worgen. Maybe we might need to put Sleazy on eyes to hit him with a scatter. Trying to go for a bit of a knockback. Needs to get some slows in there too. Feign death really quickly to clear the Karma as best as possible. Try to go for a knockback onto Sleazy. Fleshcraft is going to give him a little bit of health. Interrupt the Fleshcraft though. Interrupt the channel as well as the shield gain. And Worgen looking to maybe get himself in a better position. Maybe get himself a camo. Maybe get himself a bit of reset with that camo. Not gonna happen. As Sleazy charges right at him. Scatter shot. Apparently, the explosive shot does not break scatter. Interesting. That is interesting. Explosion. Oh, still scattered. What is going on? Maybe explosion caused him to scatter. Get some scatter brain. Maybe that's what it is. Freezing trap onto Sleazy as Worgen still trying to get himself a bit of a come up. Double tap available and true shot back up in about a minute. Does get himself a camo, so maybe Sleazy does it get him out. Oh, almost. Big double tap ready. Interrupt onto Sleazy. Double tap flying. Aim shot. Got himself an aim shot proc. I don't think he got himself an explosive shot though. That's going to be a scatter onto Sleazy with the freezing trap. Maybe Worgen can make something work. Flayed shot into aim shot. Maybe big kill shots right after. In cap by the monk. More kill shots coming out for Worgen. Knocking back Zuen. Needs to find a way to deal with Zuen. Could turtle. This is going to turtle. Why is high health? Sleazy kind of dropping in low, and Worgen maybe could get aggressive. Does go for a pet fear. Wait, he actually used Fear Beast onto Zuen. Wait, it actually CCs him quite a bit. That's going to be big pour for Worgen with them kill shots onto Sleazy. He actually feared Beast to Zuen. Scared Beast, look at that. He can actually be CC'd now. That is hilarious. That is actually funny. That's all the damage is gone because Zuen is the one that does the damage. Like the harder you hit, the harder Zuen will hit. But if Zuen is feared, he can't hit. Big leg sweep on the Worgen might be done and done with a touch of death taking him out. Dude, Necrolord Monk is the way, it seems. Quittas and Sleazy both just did so much damn. Actually, big dams, dude. Let's go, man. Maybe that Bone Dust Brew has something to it. You know what I mean? Maybe it's pretty good. Damn. Let's see if maybe the Lord or somebody else wants to join in too, yeah? See how we do. We have a full group. Sleazy does. Yo, are you in Sleazy's group? Okay, sounds good, man. Sounds good. 5 guys here, Dal. 5 guys with my Lord. Let's go, dude. Should we throw him versus KMW or Chicago? I feel like those guys played each other so much now. You know what I mean? Let's see whoever is ready first. We'll throw him a shot. Chicago's still 5? Or should we do KM? Can you let us go again? We have a group. Sleazy does. Wait, I'm Smelly. Are you in Sleazy's group? I feel like Sleazy's group didn't get a chance to play, so maybe we'll throw him versus my Lord. How does that sound? Because Chicago and KMW played each other already. We might go again after this one though, boys. So hold your pants. Hold on to your pants for now. You guys didn't see it, but but just now I was typing up name Milord. And I spelled it as Mold Lord. I don't know why. I meant to type Milord, and I spelled it as Mold Lord. Oh no! Why me? I just gotta. I didn't get much food before the stream, so my brain is probably getting loopy now. That's probably me, dude. That's probably all on me. Okay, let's get him in. No more mold lords. No more mold lords. Milord, I tried to type out your name as Milord, but for some reason I wrote it out as Mold Lord. I don't know why. Milord. Okay, I literally can't spell. I misspelled Milord without the O. Milord. And KMW Snipper. Here we go. Snip snip. I can let him go if you're ready. Yeah, we'll have KM and Milord play since they haven't played each other. Mold Lord. Mold Lord Pala. Alright. We have Sleazy in here. Oh, Sleazy's group. Top Banana. Wait, this guy's name is Top Banana. Wait, that's such a good name. Top Banana. Wait, that's actually so good of a name. I love that. Alright, let's introduce these competitors. Switch. We got ourselves the boys. Sleazy got to play last game. No Pace still has not got to play. Maybe he'll get a chance. Top Banana is the best name I've ever seen. Also, Frost Mage, Decaf Paladin, as well as Milla versus team 2 or team 1. We got ourselves Beam on that team with name XD. We got ourselves Milk Chuggins, as well as Skills and Milord Pala. Yo, we got a full team here, boys. Hopefully all the people that haven't got to play will get a chance, man. That's what I really want to see. I want to see No Pays get a chance. I want to see Top Banana get a chance. And it looks like Decaf Paladin is going to be able to play first. Versus Boom dropping down is going to have a port available. Decaf bailing out of them, and he knows. He already knows. He already knows. Looks like Decaf is carrying, as we can see by that little Swolkin walking after him. Little Swolkin man. Boom is going to have himself a hell of a game versus Paladin, though. Decent pillar position too, in the runes. Oh, not runes of Lordaeron. In Dalaran Suez, my Suez. What's up, Subway? How you doing, my man? Decaf again, really careful about approaching. Boom does get hit with a lockout, and is slowed with a curse of exhaustion. That's a good report for Boom. Trying to get a good position on Decaf. Reflect available. Does Hodge himself. That's a good Infernal dropping down. Decaf having to pop a trick at Mortical. Probably a bubble out of him. Chaos Bolt flying. Does the second one go through? Chaos Bolt, boys. Second Chaos Bolt hit harder than the first. And No Pace is going to be up next. As what? What? Okay, Name I think accidentally Shadow Step to him. It doesn't look like he stunned him or hit him or anything. I hope not, at least. Oh, Name DC'd. Or Name just left. I don't know what happened. Maybe Name just quit. He was like, oh crap, I mean, DC, fake DC, fake. Hey guys, I didn't see what happened. I didn't see. Did my character do something weird? Sorry, that wasn't my fault. I DC'd. I don't know what happened just now. It didn't look like No Pace took any stuns or much damage from Name. So hopefully Name comes back in. Hopefully it was just a misclick or something. I have no idea. Shadow Step for No Pace does get hit with a Mortal Colors. Boom didn't have a lot of health to really work with. Needs to go for some CC chains on No Pace. Just keep him at bay. And that Succubus is going to keep him company, though. I guess not the worst company you could have. You know what I mean? Not the worst company. Better than a Infernal keeping you too warm, dude. You know what I mean? A Full Hound, you could at least play fetch with him, maybe. You know, it's a puppy of sorts. It's a puppy that wants to eat your soul for dinner, but you know, it's a dog. Felguards are spooky. That's just like going to the gym and you see some chads, big muscle dudes, and like intimidated the whole time. It's not even the fact that they're slicing you with a blade. It's like, man, I'm intimidated. You go to the gym, I haven't. Boom though, keeping him over there with company. No Pace, looking to sprint in. Shadow Step, that's going to be important. Does have a Shadow Step again. Intro trinket off that Mortal Coil. Does he have the Succubus CC to stop it? Where is the Succubus? Oh, he was having a hard time getting away from his boxes. Succubus CC comes in. Boom, I think he's still dead though. Barely any health. Barely surviving. Oh, he dies anyway. That Night Fae ability does damn. That Night Fae ability just does damn. Milk Chuggins up next. Getting him with a sap. Milord rolling 8. I'm sorry about that. But at least Milord's team gets a chance to play. Dude, Skills will get a chance to play. Milk will get a chance to play. Name, if he's back, will get a chance to play. That's going to be Milk taking quite a bit of damn. Oh, bubble immediately. Whoa, what? Huh? You took a lot of damn. Gonna be thrown down. Big damn back to No Peso. And the Valpera goes down, dude. Man, he's just playing whack-a-mole without Valpera. Big old Seraphim hammer. And it's like a rodent. No pace being a rodent. Not the model. The character model of Valpera model. Still lovely. That's going to be Milk Chuggins versus Milla. Uh-oh. Hit him with an auto check. But does go for the nice old bow. A good old bow. He's trying to be polite. But that was big damn out of that man. Woo. Show them the power of your final moldening. For real. That's some lots of damage by Milk Chuggins. He actually wouldn't use everything there. With Milla, he's gonna have to be a little bit careful. Is Milla Affliction? He is Affliction. I didn't see a pet. I also didn't look at his cooldowns at first either, though. I didn't look at it on the right hand side. I would tunnel vision in the first duel too hard. But Milla, man, Affliction, Warlock. With some biggie, hopefully big damage for him too. Trying to get himself a better position. Doesn't want to run at Milk, but he probably should. Milk, get himself Seraphim, Trinket available, Trinket out for Milla, and try to get himself mobility. Does get a slow one to Milk Chuggins. I think maybe with a Legendary of Corruption. Hand of Freedom should keep him moving for a bit. Does Milk have a port? Trying to go for a stun. Does land the stun with a Soul Rod. Getting interrupted on the nature hit. Milla does go for cooldowns though. And is going to get a Death Bolt. Oh, interesting choice. A Death Bolt. We don't ever see that one, ever. But Milk should be able to get himself a little bit of heals. I feel like Milla should be able to hit Milk. It's like his head is poking from behind the pillar over there. Or behind the wall. That Dark Glare is getting some zaps in. And Milla should be able to maintain the dots. Goes for a big drain. Let's give it some flashlights for Milk. But without a Mortar Strike effect. You're not really preventing the Paladin self-heals at all. Milla trying to find himself a good angle versus Milk though. If he can. If he can at all. As an Affliction Warlock, it's going to be kind of rough not having a pet to help you CC. But the damage should be good though. Like with the Tome of Sacrifice. Like that should be some good damage though. Grimoire Sacrifice. Might be. Tome and Grimoires are different. Mortal Call into a Fear is going to go for a Death Bolt. Does a bit of damn. Didn't have the biggest, longest dots on him though. Not super extended. But that Death Bolt. I was really hoping Death Bolt would be a big hitter for Affliction Warlocks, but it doesn't seem like it is. Fear onto Milk, trying to hit him with a stun. Soul Rod available with a Drain Life too. Still trying to keep a Fear while the dots are riding him down. New ways actually might be able to keep the damage and pressure onto Milk. Milk got himself lots of damage. Reckoning coming out, trying to max out the damage into Milla, as Milla does go for a Battle Master Trinket. Milk does go for a Shield of Vengeance. That's going to be UA maybe set up. I think those dots are going to take down that shield. Milla so far has been able to whittle down Milk Chuggins for a while. That Shield of Vengeance isn't going to last long though. Those dots are going to shred him. As long as he has a Corruption, Agony, UA, all those things. Set up a good old... he can maybe set up a big old Dark Soul Hysteria. Big Haze buff. Set up all those damies. Maybe wait for a Dark Glare and Death Bolt. Actually, probably you should do Death Bolt without it. You know, get a Soul Rod, everything. But he does need to make sure the dots are getting applied. Milk eventually is going to run out of mana back here. And he is a Paladin. I think he's just waiting for his cooldown. So Milla could pop in into melee. Try to keep him out in the open. Maybe Mortal Call the guy away from the pillar. I think that's what he's going to try to do. Try to see if he can bait him. That's going to be Mortal Call. Trinket for the both of them. And Milk heads back behind the pillar. He's just waiting for CDs, man. The longer he waits, the better it is for him, as his dots are brutal. Also, being out in the open with Milla, you're just going to get slowed the whole time with that Corruption. Shadow Fury around the corner does get hit. Milla try to see you walk up, maybe get the dots rolling. It's going to be slowed by Milk too. I think he does get the Corruption though. Maybe? No, looks like he gets something else. Is that Phantom Singularity? I think it is Phantom Singularity. So might be able to make some damage happen off that Phantom. Interrupt him on the Fear. It's going to be Soul Rod available. Milk does not have a Hodge for a while. That Soul Rod should do quite a bit of damage, and Milk better start to self-heal himself ASAP. Milla got cooldowns coming up very, very soon, by the way. Dark Glare up in 8 seconds. Wall available very, very soon, too. Trinket not up for a while. Does get a lockout onto Milk as well. Mortal Call. No Trinket for the Pala into a Fear. Does have a Bubble, if anything. He's going to go for big UA. Bubble comes out immediately. Milk just doesn't want to mess around at all. Milla did use Dark Glare without Ancient Hysteria, though. So he didn't pop all his cooldowns. That Dark Glare extending the dots is going to suck that you don't have it right now. Stunner onto Milla. He's going to wall in his Milk, trying to pop off some cooldowns. Final Reckoning, doing damage, but not as much. And Milk bails out behind the pillar immediately. Milla, while you have the haste, dude, this is the perk opportunity to push up. And a freedom from Milk, try to see if he can disrupt him. Does send him on Shadow. Milla having to go defensive here. Fear does not come out. Fear does go through, and a pretty big drain life for Milla right now. Should be a pretty decent drain life, trying to make the dots happen. But Milk just gotta wait it out. With Affliction Warlocks that have really good raw potential, but as for bursts, it is really hard to line it up. It is really hard to line it up. They're so sustain heavy. Like in a 2v2 or 3v3, they're really good because they'll outlive your enemy. But if the enemy just like hides from the whole game, unable to do any of the damage, it is really rough. It is super rough. Just trying to go for a fear onto Milk. Hodge onto Milla. Does Milk have enough damage? He has him in the execute range. Does he have the Temper Verdicts available? Looks like he does not just yet. Interrupts him on the fear. There it goes. Top Banana finally get a chance to play. The Frost Mage, trying to see if he can hit with Frostbolt. Another spec that's all about sustained damage, sorta, kinda. Technical Frost Mages have good bursts, but it's not gonna be that good, I think, until next 9.1 patch. But we'll see though, right? We'll see. But next season I will switch Ventir. Go for it, my lord. Go for it, my guy. That would be interesting, man. That would be interesting to see how you do with it. Ventir Pallies are really good though. Like in any PvE content, Holy Palla, Red Palla, even Prop Palla, really, really strong. Just the ability is hard hitting though. Very hard hitting. Maybe not for PvP because you could walk out of it. But if you don't, I mean, it's just punishing. Me and Arthur were testing it the other day. It was punishing. That's going to be, I think, a normal blink for Top Banana. Getting those procs, Ultra Milk Chuggers, got them Ice Lances back to back. Has the alter time to deal with Milk Chuggers. That is going to be some slows with the Blizzard. And Milk trying to see if he can waddle out of there. Is going to be able to get a bit of recovery. Top Banana looks like he's playing a very instant cast focused build. Every time he drops down a Blizzard, or every time he drops down a Frozen Orb, he has an instant cast Blizzard. So you can use those Blizzards to kind of slow down the enemy. Milk Chuggins does have a Dispellable Hand of Freedom. What are you doing, fam? Does have a Dispellable Hand of Freedom. So Top Banana should be able to kite him the whole game. Trying to set up a Mirrors of Torment. This is going to be a Hodge. But Top Banana has a blink. Milk Chuggins, as he keeps casting heals on himself, he is going to trigger up these Mirrors of Torment, though. Eventually, it's going to silence himself, doing damage to himself. Look at that flash of light. That's going to be one of the mirrors. If he keeps doing that too many times, he is going to silence himself. Could be really bad, especially when you need to get yourself a heal. And Top Banana trying to see if he can maybe swing around. Not too many icicles built up. He does need to worry about maybe building up big icicles in a long run. If he can get some flurry procs, he'll be in a good spot. Does go for a big, huge damage on a Milk as Banana tried to go for a big Cone of Cold setup onto Milk Chuggins. Seraphim and Wings are up. The Mage better be a little bit afraid of this. Does go for a blink, stealing the Hand of Freedoms from Milk. You gotta have him rooted constantly. Not standing in that ring, in that Frozen Orb, which is unfortunate. But maybe get some big damies, maybe big procs. If he gets an interrupt, shoot shatters, Ice Lances, and does take down a Paladin as a Frost Mage. Let's go, boys. I think it's been a while since we've seen a Frost Mage do this well in duels. I think it's been a bit. Top Banana, though, making plays. If he can take down skills, too, he'll be skilled. Skills, though. Why? You gotta update these models, man. That is just... It looks like his eyes are cross-eyed. The chip animation, the chip model. Top Banana, yeah, Chicago. Yeah, this guy could actually make a play, I think. I guess our Arms Warrior, I think he actually might stand a chance. Arms Warriors are pretty spooky. Mirrors of Torment getting set up. He kind of needs to get attacked for Mirrors of Torment to do anything, but he also doesn't want to get attacked by the warrior. Tricky coming out for Top Banana, getting a big old Cone of Colds on the skills, actually doing quite a bit of procs on him. Skills had to reflect available. Blade Storm up and running. Banana does actually get the Mirrors of Torment. It roots him post. Blade Storm, it doesn't immune him. It actually gives him a root effect. Skills, not a lot of health available. Big Cone of Colds, no more roots. Does get the Cone of Colds though. It's a little chilly right now, boys. Trying to see if he can go for a Door of Shadows away from name. Almost has him with a root, dude. Almost had him with a pet root. And does gotta get him out with an Arcane Explosion. Gets the Rogue out of stealth. Could potentially keep him in combat. Is gonna get the Lances in there. Shadow step by the Rogue. Trinket. Oh, no Trinket. Actually, just gonna be a blink into an Ice Buck for Top Banana. I think he wants to use the Ice Buck since he has two of them as a Frost Mage. But also deny the Night Fae ability for name. If he hits him with a root around this corner, he'll be in a great spot. Does hit him with a Nova. Unless he goes for a blind. Pet. Does the pet attack him? He has the images. Pet is attacking him. Do the images attack name? They don't. So name is still in combat. Oh, another Nova into a poly. Yo, Top Banana has a control here, man. He's under control. Big Case buff, throwing down the Ring of Frost, throwing down Blizzard in case name was going to charge at him. Cloak of Shadows is getting used by the Rogue. If he can somehow hit him, Lance goes behind the pillar. Blizzard on one side, Door of Shadows on the other. Rogue is keeping himself in combat, dude. Keep himself in a Blizzard. As long as the Rogue doesn't catch a re-stealth, you're in a good spot. Nova, as the rogue goes for a kiddish shot, does had him in the Nova. Oh, that goes the vanish. Did have him in Nova for a bit at least. Arcane Explosion rogue getting too close to the Arcane Explosion, getting too close for comfort. It looks like Top Banana is going to pick up the eye. Yo, this rogue at some point is going to have a go. That blink though disrupts his openers hard. Very, 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 very hard. I thought because he is Frost, he'll be disappointing Mage, but he's pretty good, dude. He's trying to get good toward Frost before 9-1. Since Frost is getting those big updates, dude, Frostbolts are gonna hit hard now. Frostbolts are looking like they're gonna be good for PvP. Let's go, dude. Top Banana looking for that poly onto name into Mirrors of Torment. No more cloak or anything. Name might be in a bad spot. Big shatters for Top Banana. Charging in does interrupt him on Frost though. Gonna be a door of shadows to disrupt him for a second. Does get a destroying in there. Top Banana is playing the what is it, ice form, so he does have what is it, basically, oh, root onto name. I was gonna say does have basically icy veins every minute. Big Davey onto name. Oh, does get interrupted on Frost. Fire Blast, he just needs one more hit. He just needs one more. Doesn't Nova him, but does ice lance him. Well done. Top Banana, well done, dude. We don't see Frost Mages do well ever in these duels, so that is well done. Morale Pal looking to find him, does try to Nova him out with the Arcane Torrent. Doesn't get him though. Top Banana is going to be able to get the Frostbolts in the opener. Yeah, I think even got an Ice Sense in there too. Interesting. Interesting. They're saying it's a glitch though in Frostbolt and N1. Well, no, they are buffing Frostbolt by 70%. There's something that causes Frostbolt to do even more damage. There is a bug, but they are buffing it by 70% or something like that. Big damage out of Miller Pala. Going to be a second Ice Block for Top Banana. So that is a massive heal for him. Miller Pala trying to maximize the damage into the pet. So that's going to be a pet for Top Banana to get. Nova does prevent Pala from doing damage for now. Banana is going to have to get some health. Is going to have to get the pet. That is going to be a little rough. No Ice Buck again for a while. Top Banana is in a tight spot. Also, is he not triple shield legendary? Is he something else? All the time? It looks like the shield does get dispelled. All the time? Not used just yet. Could cancel it if he wants to. Miller Pala waiting next to the all the time. Looks like he does cancel it. Looks like he does cancel it. Top Banana with the Mirrors of Torment trying to get a setup. Banana does get a Nova onto Miller Pala. He is slowed quite a bit. Those Mirrors of Torment, oh, I mean, he's going to silence eventually, but before the silence happens, he's going to take a Banana with a hammer from afar. And down he goes. Sleazy, last one left on that team, does get a holy interrupt into Miller Pala, trying to maximize the damage. Shield Avengers up for Miller Pala. Sleazy just trying to see if he can force a bubble. Does force a bubble. Miller Pala using the bubble while high health, not while low health. Sleazy just going in for spins. Back-to-back spins. Don't spins do a lot more damage for monks with the Bone Dust Broom? Sleazy porting away as he sees the hammers flying. Miller Pala out of Seraphim. Actually, no, still has Seraphim. But does he have any more damage to combo into that? Maybe Wreck? Maybe Final Reckoning? Probably not. Sleazy bailing out of there while the Slime Shield holds. You better back up, re-heal. It is the final challenger in this duel, dude. The final competitor, Milord Pala. If you can defeat him, he wins victory for his team. For Milord Pala, same rules goes. It's going to be a disarm to Milord Pala as Sleazy goes in for a trinket. Only blessing protection available for Milord Pala, which Sleazy can deal with somewhat if he has Zuen, which he does have a Zuen. And Milord Pala avoiding those images pretty well. I think he's waiting out for a stun. Zuen joining the fight. Seraphim available for Milord Pala. Karma is up. Could bop off the Karma. Does bop the Karma off. Sleazy goes for a diffuse magic, trying to reduce the holy damage. That's going to be a ring of boopity bop. Ring of peace is booping him. And he actually couldn't see it. It was down below. But it had enough Z-axis up into a touch of death. Sleazy taking a win for his team. On Top Banana, we actually got to see a Frost Mage play, dude. Let's go. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. He got 3 kills. What a champ. Actually, 3 kills. What a god. Yo, he's prepping, dude. 9-1. He's going to be first one blasting you boys out of there, dude. Everybody playing fire right now. Nobody's looking at Arcane. Nobody looking at Frost. Top Banana, dude, is going to be top tier mage. Hundo P, man. I believe. 100p. That was a long duel, dude. Yeah, we've had some actual long duels today, but they haven't been nearly as like exhausting. Because sometimes you have a long duel, and it's like a long like back and forth. But these, I feel like, have been a little closer than I expect them. I like that, dude. It's so good. I've been enjoying these a ton. How do we join? Normally you would go through LFG, go to player versus player premier group, go to custom PvP, find the group, top number 5 at the top, enter for 5v5 1v1 duels, or you go to start a group and call it 5v5 1v1 duels Dalaran. That's all you gotta do. But yeah, that's usually how you join. Boys, we're gonna call it here, man. It's about that time for me to get some food, get some dinner. I didn't even have much of a lunch today, so I'm gonna go chill on the couch, hang out. I got videos to work on. I'm hoping to actually have tomorrow, since tomorrow is the day off for me. No stream tomorrow. I'm gonna have mostly like time off, just chill, relax. Super fun hanging you guys in here, man. Always welcome. We do these Friday. We stream every day, 5 to 7 p.m. East Coast time, EST, US time. That's about like 12 a.m. most EU, 11 CST, I think. CEST. I don't know, but. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming by. Appreciate it so much watching. We do the duels Fridays for EU, Saturdays for NA. So be here Saturdays on NA if you want to join in. We always have people in here, and we'll let you guys know how to join in. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys Monday, where we're probably going to do some alt stuff for big reset, because we want to have a big chest opening Tuesday. I will also show you guys Monday, if you are here, what we got from our chest. Actually, no, I'll show you Tuesday what we got from last week's chest, because we never really got to open it. PTR kind of took over, right? Thanks for having been playing, watching for 3 months, yo boys. Thank you so much for enjoying the watching the streams. Hope you guys enjoy them. Hope you guys enjoy the videos. I'll see you guys Monday though. Thank you so much for coming by, and have yourself a wonderful evening, and have yourself a great Sunday tomorrow. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty, you guys take it easy. Peace.
So purely, I'm pushing myself to the edge, lying and go away. Been testing myself by the worst. I've been pushing my mind to the most. I've been loving the people around me, but I'm so paranoid, I'm so paranoid.